Hello, everybody, and welcome back for another episode of Journey to the Farlands, where today we have a special guest, Cherri. Gotta give you
It's
the
been a
the
while,
royal
I think.
reintroduction.
Royal.
Yeah,
Right.
you
I
gotta
don't know when
crack
the
open
last
the
time
world.
I've been honest.
Yeah, it has been a while
It's been a
actually.
minute.
Trying to even remember the last time. Yeah, it's too long to remember. That's how
Too
it's been
long term.
quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
But how's it going?
It's going good.
Good stuff.
I had today off, so that was fun.
Yeah, I also had today off, which was also fun. Yeah, it's good to have you back on Journey commentary. Because I think the last time,
Yeah, actually talking.
I had you talking was probably when Devin was here as well. I think it was like the three of us.
Oh, I remember.
I think that might have been it.
It was a few months ago.
It was. It was a few months ago. It is definitely
Let me
like
see
a
if I can find it.
reintroduction at this point. Yeah, I don't even. Usually I do say like featuring Cherri in the title. I'll have to just see if I can remember that for this one. I feel like that'll garner some more
Yeah.
viewership.
Oh, of course.
All of Cherri's
My many
greatest
fans.
fans, such as Cherri.
Such as myself.
Yeah.
Let me see.
But yeah, today I guess I mentioned it formally in the episode yet that today is the 2-year anniversary of me starting the world. So 2 years ago I started the world. That's pretty cool. And
That
then
is pretty
in
cool.
2 days it'll be the 2-year anniversary of leaving spawn. Or I'll probably do a marathon. I can't do a marathon now. I didn't really want to do one today anyway because of the Cherri special. Didn't want to dilute that.
Yeah.
So today's
Thank you.
that's the headline, and then in 2 days I'll
Oh,
do the
yeah.
marathon. So yeah, that's what's going on there.
Mm-hmm.
2 years of this nonsense, and probably 2 more at least.
At least.
All my.
What on earth? I'm trying to find it, but I can't. Oh, there we go. It was 3 months ago.
Oh, was it?
Last time I was on. Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Gosh. I want to say that was when, we were on Newcraft and then we just switched over.
I think so. I think I remember that. We just kind of were like, yeah, let's. I'm gonna do a journey stream, and then I just stayed in the chat of the Discord, whatever it was, and we just kept going.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm back on Newcraft. That is
yeah. So what
thing.
was that about? You up to something? Or?
Well, I was.
That is a thing.
I was picking up. Well, not where I left off. It was. Well, I guess it was kind of some of the stuff with the guild, which is kind of the adventure group that's going right now on Newcraft, where I was yet another trial chamber video where I wasn't looting one. I was actually proving one of my theories, or at least something that Connor showed me about using mushrooms to break trial chambers and trial vaults. And that's what I was doing in that episode, which will be coming out next week probably. I was gonna try and get it out tomorrow, but the editing broke, or I couldn't get it finished, so I'll have to do it next week. But yeah, that'll be coming out very soon. A nice sneak peek. The journey is always about the sneak peek, so I'm always very open about the stuff that gets. I mean, it's I doubt any of the people who watch this are gonna watch that, so it's kind of. I don't really care.
I never know.
Never know, though. You never know. That's true. But I realized I I tried adding a mod that displayed the version, but I realized I think it might have gotten rid of my minimap, so I might have to take the mod out that displays the beta 1.7.3. I only figured that would be useful because a lot of people ask what version this is, because I think a lot of the community doesn't really know about early Minecraft. And honestly, I didn't really know a whole lot
Yeah.
either years ago, but I might just have to get rid of it and just keep answering the comments manually.
You can just put it in like the description. Do you already have it? I don't know.
That's a good idea, actually. I should do that. Maybe like a brief description of the Farlands and the version.
Yeah.
Oh, that's smart.
I don't know if people will actually like read it, but
No,
you know,
I mean,
you can try.
yeah. Yeah, with the effort I put into the descriptions, it's not too bad of an idea. But yes, might quickly restart the game to get the mini map back so people can see the coordinates. Because I think today I'm also crossing a new 100,000. Lots of special stuff going on today. Cherri's just witnessing
It's an
greatness
important
here.
day, you know? I always am, you know?
Yeah, you really are. Oh, we need to change the mod out. Okay, I'll just get rid of the show version mod that I got. No, now we're back in mystery as to what version this is.
That's
Ask
fun.
away. Yes, I'm. Oh, I gotta wait. There we go. Stream's caught up. I gotta wait for a little bit to cross 7.1 million. That'll be happening today. Pretty soon. Just over an hour from now, I'd guess.
So,
Yeah.
hold on, I have a question, and I'm sure you've talked about this on stream, but I haven't seen it. So, like, what are you and, like, what's you and Devin's, like, series thing you got going on?
Our series? Well,
Don't you have one?
Oh yeah.
I always see y'all streaming at the same time.
We've been trying to do our kind of a cooperative series for a long time, for like well over a year, maybe even longer. But what we've landed on is another old Minecraft series that takes place in Minecraft, or release Minecraft 1.0. And I think we're currently in 1.1. We're going to be going through the versions up until 1.8.9, which is I think the update before the combat update. So we're going to be going just before the combat update, just that kind of period, because that's really, I mean, even after the combat update, that was kind of a general period that I didn't really play survival, so I didn't really know what was implemented in each update back then. So it's been a unique experience. Feels like I'm experiencing Minecraft again. Except stuff's actually getting introduced and stuff, so I'm like aware of it. So yeah, that's been interesting. And we'll be doing a few different bases and stuff and whatnot. But yeah, that's what that series has been.
Okay, I just wondered.
It was supposed to be a stream only series. Devin's still doing it stream only, but people actually requested I edit it. So I have been editing Silver Age.
Interesting.
Yeah. It was a fun little series anyway, and I do have there's another plan in the works for another series that me and Devin are going to do come in a few months' time. So that'll be fun to do as well.
It's fun.
It's why I haven't actually streamed Subnautica, is because I'm going to play the game with Devin. The multiplayer mod anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, my day's going good.
It's good.
How you doing?
I didn't do a whole lot today.
Person in the chat.
There's someone in the chat.
Yeah, I know.
Sup, man? I don't even you laugh.
Sup, man?
Man.
No, not making fun, but well, maybe, I don't know about
No.
Cherry, but
Never. Oh. Well. They probably like immediately left.
they're just like, oh, okay, they're just making fun of me now.
It's like they join a random stream to like be nice, and they just immediately get bullied. Oopsies.
Whoopsie.
Whoops.
Oh, isn't that fun? Oh goodness. Yeah, well, mini-map's back anyway, luckily. So I can stay on
That's
my
fine.
toes for the coordinates. Instead of having to keep the F3 menu open. That's one thing I don't really like. I don't really like keeping the F3 menu open. It's too bulky. There's the lag meter and all my memory information.
Yeah.
I don't need all that.
It takes up like half the screen.
It really does. No, you're not even.
It really does. It annoys me so much.
I think there's a mod for it, and it might even be ported for beta, but I'd need to use like a whole whack ton of mods that would probably break the game out at this distance. or break the instance.
Oh, fun.
So I'm just using the minimap.
So fun. Oh, there you go.
There I go. Oh, I need to place a bet already.
There I go.
Oh, too early. And the other mod I added was one that added the beta 1.8 item or block rendering. It makes everything look really like bright in the hotbar, like all like the block items. I kind of like it. I think I had it around the start of season 2, and I just got rid of it at some point. But I've added it back. That was also another time that Devin and Cherry tuned into the commentary properly. Got a few of these moments.
What?
That was back when just after the world got deleted.
Oh, yes. I remember.
Back from the dead.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, a year, well, almost a year ago.
Right?
10 months ago, just about. It wasn't even that far off of the 1 year anniversary, which 1 year anniversary was a year ago, in fact.
Yes.
In case you didn't know.
I was there. In case I didn't know, right?
Yeah, I think you were there for that as well. It's just I feel it's just like a staple now.
I was. Yeah.
It was back when I was working on the outpost. Always in the shadows.
Always in it, yeah.
The shadows of the chat in the stream.
Yeah, the void of chat. That's where I live.
Yep. That's where you've taken up home. Very dark.
Yeah.
Ooh, might have found some screenshot worthy terrain already. I'll have to climb up this mountain. I've been playing a lot of Subnautica lately, like countless hours of it. It's been a lot of fun playing through it. I kind of feel like I should have done a series on it, but I'm gonna do one with Devin in October. I was actually gonna do that last year. I've talked about it last year, which is why I'm not really being all that hush hush about it, because I'm not really that worried about my stuff. I like being open about it. I think it's cool to talk about series in advance to get a bit of hype going. Yeah, I kind of wasn't really, I'm not fully blind to Subnautica, so that's why I didn't really stream it, because the only real part that was novel to me was the end of the game, or like the last portions, which doesn't make for the best series. When in the beginning I'm kind of just like, oh yeah, I've done this before. But
yeah,
it was cool checking it out.
Scares
anyway.
me so bad.
God, I was so scared today. I usually don't get scared by it. Like I'm usually pretty good with it now. Like after playing it, I played it years and years ago in creative mode, and I played bits and pieces of survival,
Mm-hmm.
and I was terrified. I got scared a few times, and I kind of, even now, got a little bit like spooked every once in a while by a Reaper here or there. But today was just whew, because I went down to the inactive lava zone for the first time today, which is like the lava, with the area just above the lava biome, and that's got like the sea dragon, which is I
Yeah.
think the biggest, next to the, I think one of the biggest leviathans, at least next to the sea emperor. And man,
Mm-hmm.
that thing, a lot of people seem to like think of it being more annoying than terrifying, but I was pretty terrified by it. Like it was flying, like it
Yeah.
gave me no mercy when I stepped out of my Cyclops. Like I got out of my with my prawn, and then it was just firing at me. I was like, oh god, this is just welcoming what's to come. And it actually didn't attack me much after that, except when I tried to leave. Like I was able to get all the kyanite I needed, the mineral down there. And by the time I headed out,
Mm-hmm.
I was lost, which first of all was not very good to be lost down with a friggin' leviathan, especially a direct sea dragon. But yeah, I was lost, and then I eventually found my way out. And then next thing you know, the sea dragon was trying to eat through my Cyclops. I think it was like latched onto it, and I had to shoot a creature decoy. Yeah, that was a fun ride back. Definitely didn't encounter 3 different leviathans on my way home. Oh,
Yeah, I can't even like watch it. Like I get so freaked out. I
oh,
don't know why.
Devin said he's
It's
glad that he's gonna be
scary.
playing it with me because he wouldn't get anywhere in it. I don't know, like I'm just like unfazed to it now. Well, apart from the areas with leviathans, I'm kind of like on edge in those areas, but I'm not like petrified.
Yeah.
Maybe at one point I would have been, but I think I just
Mm-hmm.
I'm you know, it's not too bad once you get like decoys and the stasis rifle, but like hearing like roars in the distance and stuff, especially the sea dragon one. The sea dragon one you can hear it across like the biome. Like you can, it's very loud, louder than the Reaper. Yeah, it's a
Mm-hmm.
fun game. Definitely fun, quote unquote, at times. Definitely not
It reminds
scary
me
beyond
of
imagination. Horrors beyond imagination.
no, it is scary. It's terrifying.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Spore for some reason. Like I don't know why.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that makes sense actually. Yeah, I could see
Like the
that.
beginning of Spore.
Yeah, it's just getting eaten by
That's a
a bigger.
throwback. I used to love that game.
Oh, Spore was great.
Yeah. Spore was great.
I remember when I got it for the first time, and I
Me too.
played it out, and it was a fun one to play.
Mhm.
That was good too. That also had a Leviathan in it. When you went out to sea in the tribal stage, a Leviathan would eat you, much like in Subnautica.
Gross.
It was a big fish thing that would jump scare you pretty much. It would just come
Maybe
like
that's what I'm thinking
jump out of the
of.
water. It's not a very like known thing, but it's kind of like
Yeah.
the ghost leviathans in Subnautica, like going out too far in the ocean. That kind of thing happens.
Mm-hmm.
Which yeah, I had to, like I said, 3 leviathans on the way out. There was like the sea dragon trying to eat my Cyclops, and then there was a ghost leviathan trying to eat my Cyclops. And then there was a Reaper that I narrowly avoided. I've been popping off
So
in that game
fun.
lately because I think the other day or yesterday I went to the behind the Aurora, and that was I'm surprised I haven't lost my Cyclops yet or Prawn, because I've been
Mm-hmm.
doing very daring missions because it's apparently like the best place to get titanium in Subnautica is behind the Aurora. And yeah, it was really good. I got like 600, but it was at the cost of like running into 4 different Reapers. I kind of was able to avoid them, but 1 or 2 kind of attacked the Cyclops a bit. The creature decoys came in handy there. But yeah, I'm sure I'll be holding Devin's hand in Subnautica when we do this stream series on it.
Yeah.
I'll be the one piloting the sub while Devin's screaming and just panicking because something's trying to eat through the hull.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, me and Devin have been talking a lot about the second game, which has been announced, and that'll be something. It's being made with Unreal Engine 5, so you can only imagine the kind of shaders, like how like crazy that game's gonna be when you combine like the Leviathans with actual like proper, more realistic looking shading. That would be terrifying. I would say that the first game isn't bad looking. It's actually pretty good looking for how old of a game it is now.
Yeah, when did it come out? Like
almost a decade. Well, I mean, full release was
no
2018.
Almost a decade.
It fully came out in 2018, but it was in development since like 2013 or kind of around that point, I believe. It kind of the first release, right, that people could play, like the early access, I think started in 2015, but it was kind of in development for a few years. Or it reached early access.
Yeah.
A cool game. Cool game. But yeah, that was some of my experiences. That was what I was doing just before stream. I think you messaged me when I was just out of the lava zone. And I was just like, oh, as you were messaging me, yeah, we'll do Journey. I just gotta get out of this dangerous situation. Before my Cyclops runs out of battery. Can't wait to get the thermal reactor, so I just have infinite power. But yeah, it's a cool game though. I can't wait to make that a series with Devin. It'll be a lot of fun doing it with Devin, even though I've already have played through the game.
Yeah, I'll try
to kind of backseat it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Mostly just so I can like make fun of Devin for freaking out, but you know. I'd be doing the same thing though, so I can't really talk.
I think the most probably the most the game's had me off guard is probably just when I'm in an area and where I think I'm safe, and then a Leviathan just comes out of nowhere, because the game just has this essence to it where, like, I mean, it's just down to the fog. Like Minecraft has a fog, but Subnautica's fog is even closer. And it's like, being underwater, it makes sense that you wouldn't have much visibility, but when you can hear stuff but you can't see it, that is there's some eldritch horror right there. Plays right into it. But yeah, anyway, that's what I've been up to. Oh, there's a skeleton on shore. There's 3 of them on shore. Gross. Okay, I'm not going that way. All it takes is 3 skeletons to... Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Oh, there's Zombie Island over there. Okay, I'm just gonna use a boat. Goodness.
A boat.
Mm-hmm. You heard it.
I did hear it.
Good job. Oh.
I have to preemptively get out of the boats now.
Yeah, there's a little bit of precaution at this stage of the game. Especially given the amount of times the boat has tried to eat me. The boat is a Leviathan class organism in and of itself in threat. You don't need any sea monsters in Minecraft.
Explode.
In beta Minecraft.
No.
No. Oh gosh.
I genuinely don't think I could play the game if they added a sea monster. Like, that'd be it for me.
Well, I know in back in when they did the update aquatic mob vote, one of the mobs was the creature of the deep great depths, or whatever it was called, or it was a sea monster like creature. It was kind of like a squid thing that would like drag you under. It would like be like basically like it
Absolutely
would bait
not.
you kind of thing. Yeah, that I could see the player base talking about that one as well. I know we complain a lot about the Phantom,
Yeah.
but yeah, that would certainly have been something for mine. First time, or just people going into the ocean after that update. Just oh my god, just getting dragged under.
Yeah. I would never go in the ocean again.
You
Like,
just
genuinely. That would
yeah,
scare me so bad.
just stuck on land for the rest of your days.
Yeah, for the rest of my days.
So true.
No boats for me.
Lovely. I'll keep going.
Even the warden already, like,
Oh, the warden.
scares me so bad. But
They clearly
the
know how to
warden.
make like horrific mobs now.
No, genuinely.
Like I remember,
Warden's so scary.
it was fortunate that I had like my first encounter with a warden streamed with, and it was me and Devin. And Devin accidentally triggered the
Hmm.
warden, and oh my god, that was hilarious because I was just like, Devin, you idiot! As we were running away from the warden. Like, oh,
He
that was
would.
great. Yeah, he did trigger it because he was like wandering around and trying to find me, and then I think it was just after he'd found me. We were like looking at chests and stuff, and then he just triggered it, and I was just like, Devin. We were just freaking out, and you could probably see Jack. Like, you couldn't see anything probably on the stream. You could just hear us, and they could see like little bits here and there.
Just hear you panicking.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's when you escape and you just leave him there. Just leave him. That's what I would do.
Yeah, well, there's not much you can do. Like, I guess in Java, me and Devin actually killed wardens, but to kill a warden, we were not equipped to kill that warden that day.
Yeah.
You need like tons of arrows, or like you just need to really like, I don't know. Just there is a method to it. You can't just go in and do it. It's really meant to be an unkill, like just to be avoided more so. Honestly, like the Leviathans of Subnautica, like you can kill them, but there's not really, you don't get much from them, like anything really. I guess you get a catalyst or something, a skull catalyst, but yeah, it doesn't give you anything, like no levels or anything, because it's meant to be not meant to be killed. It's more meant to be avoided. It's a threat to be avoided, not sought after. But you know, there's daredevils, and such as myself at one point going to tackle them, but you know, they're pretty scary though, and their general their area as well, like the ancient cities and the deep dark. I think the ancient city is definitely one of the more well made structures for Minecraft. I think a lot of the recent structures are really cool.
Yeah.
Really neat. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that. There's a lot of shockingly flat, like just jarring drops in old Minecraft. Like it's just flat. Like there's not like a decline at all. It just kind of goes straight down. It's very strange. Looks like someone just took a slice out of the terrain.
That's fun.
And I remember when I had someone in the chat a while ago, around the time of the big marathon I did. I think that no, it might have actually been in the marathon episode itself that they were around for. But I found like every once in a while I find like these patches of just stone, like there's grass around it, but it looks like the grass has been mined away. But there's like no dirt or anything. It's just grass straight to stone for some reason. But
That's
yeah,
weird.
yeah, they're like, oh, it must be Herobrine's doing. And I'm like,
Knock
oh.
on wood.
And then later I was going to get obsidian and I needed to mine dirt for the nether. And I'm like, oh, that's what Herobrine was doing. A very hyper specific goal. But yes. Oh, I need another few beds. I got a lot of resources. Wow. I'm just stacked with resources. Although, I'm missing a good handful of diamonds. Because whenever that power outage happened, it seemed to delete my diamond armor and tools.
That's so, like, weird to me.
Usually it's the reverse. Usually,
Usually
people say, "Oh,
zapped.
the power outage gave me, another stack of diamonds," like that kind of thing. But no, no, it was the opposite. I would, it's
Not
even
for you.
regrettably, and it took out like a whole third of my inventory, and reset the world size, even though the file size is still the same. A lot of strange stuff happened that day. I didn't even mod the game or anything, so I can't even blame it on that. Yeah, that was weird. And that was also the episode where I had the 111 sand in a single slot, which was very strange. A lot of strangeness in the journey of the last month or so. Like unprecedented. Like finding spawn again and the 111 sand and the power outage. Like it's all just all craziness from 50% now. God, I just go months without this kind of stuff happening, and then in the span of a month it all happens.
And then it just all does. Hopefully as you get farther out, it doesn't, like, get worse.
The only thing that's getting worse is the jitters. I'm not dealing with them, but hopefully it does. Hopefully, like the external stuff doesn't get worse. Yeah. I don't think there's too much that actually does change. Go as you go further and further. People used to be like, "Oh, the game breaks down," but it's just the jitters. It's a thing that also occurs in Subnautica. Wow, back to that. Can't give up that topic. No, but as you go out in Subnautica, actually, your hands start to like shake. Like you could think of it as like a paralysis. Like he's like afraid the further you go out.
Yeah.
But no, it's actually just the same thing that happens in old Minecraft, the floating point precision error. It's actually the exact same bug, which is hilarious. I don't know if that happens anymore in Subnautica, but of course it's been patched for Minecraft long ago.
Yeah.
Along with the Farlands. Because, in case you ever go out that distance, you might want to see a nice border instead of the Farlands. Okay. I think the Farlands is a way cooler border, but... Although they didn't quite when they said they patched the Farlands, they never actually got rid of them. Because you can't really get rid of the Farlands, you're just kind of pushing them further out. They put the border there, so you can't go beyond it. But I think the Farlands might be a thing. Although maybe they are patched out, but they could be out way far, like in the 64-bit mod, where they're like, instead of being 12 million, they're like quintillion blocks out. That's just when the terrain begins to shift. That's a pretty wacky mod.
Yeah.
But yes. I'll just swim across here. I'm patient. Gotta love the old swimming, where you just kind of bob around. Definitely makes underwater stuff very nice. Even though you don't really need to go underwater very much. Apart from, I guess, when the ocean monuments were added. If you're doing like an underwater project,
even then, I feel like...
it would be messy. You're just taking on a whole bunch of extra grind. Whole bunch. Glad to have the modern swimming though.
Me too.
Or even the
I like
modern
it until,
water physics.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like if I'm trying to build underwater, then I just get annoyed.
Oh yeah.
But that's rare.
Yeah, true.
Running into the wall.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to build.
Just trying to build.
I'm just trying to build.
Man. Righty. Another day. Keep on keeping on in the journey. We'll reach the Farlands one day.
Speed
Give it another
run.
while. Speed run.
And just like start walking, never stop.
I just, yeah. My physical state, nah. School,
Yeah.
no.
Who cares about that?
Work, no.
School,
Everything,
work.
journey, constant.
No.
You know, I probably don't even have that much further to go if I just walk straight. Like, it'd probably only be like 20 days of walking, maybe even less than that.
Mm.
That's not too bad. 20 days straight.
Eating, sleeping.
Well, I ran the calculations back when I was kind of doing like 30K an episode, and I was like, well, if I did 30K an episode,
Yeah.
it would only take 160 days, roughly, to reach the Farlands. So that's how many days at that rate it would be. So we'll see in actuality how long it'll take. With like kind of a more broader scale, or maybe more around like 10-20K an episode. See going into the fall. But I'd estimate it'll probably be, if I'm lucky, maybe next year or the year after. Next year is being very ambitious because I still have a whole 5 million.
No, I think you can do it.
It took me the
You
first
got
year
it,
to go
easy.
5 million, and I didn't even reach 5 million until this year. I was at 4 million when around the 1 year anniversary last year, 3 million blocks ago. And this year was supposed to be like the efficient year.
Yeah.
How that has gone. Oh well. The
Yeah, I
journey,
remember in like
goes as it goes.
February.
Oh yeah, I was like 1 million a month.
As it goes. And like February. Yeah.
Yeah, at the beginning I could hardly even manage to 1,040 days, let alone a month. I don't know what I was thinking. It could have been possible had I not done anything outside of work, apart from journey. I feel like that would have been. It's not my bag. I know some people might just be like, journey all the way, but it's not my bag to do journey all the time. I do it enough as it is. Multi-hour episodes, and you have it. If I were to do like half hour, like the standard, like how people used to do half hour or an hour long episodes, it would take me forever. I mean, Kurt J. Mack, of course, been doing it for 13 years. He's been doing it like weekly or whatever. I don't remember how often he does it, every few days. The dedication, that's even more dedication. Like people talk about mine. So look at the people who've been doing it for that long. Well, there's only one person. There's not. There was Tinfoil Chef, but his journey was a lot more all over the place. Oh, brother. I'll get there one day.
Yes.
It is a win. It has been a win for a long time. It was an if in the beginning for a while, but now that I'm this far, and there's not really much doubt in my mind that I'll get there some point. It's just a matter of time now.
Just a matter of time.
Yeah.
Time and walking.
Yeah, time and walking, yeah. True.
Time and walking.
Oh, so much water. Gonna give me thalassophobia over here. The fear of the ocean or great depths.
I wonder if that's like why I can't play Subnautica or like watch it. It freaks me out. But I'm fine like in real life, sort of.
Like I don't get freaked out by it, but I like looking at the game like and play when I used to play it, it's freaky. Like I may be kind of desensitized to it now, but I could very
It
well
is
see why
freaky.
people would be like about it because you never know, especially going into it blind. You never know when something's just gonna come out of the depths and just shred you to ribbons.
That's terrible.
I think it's more so the build up to it. Like I don't think it's like the death part. I think it's more just like the adrenaline and everything before that. That really is what it is.
Hmm.
Lovely though. It's hard to say. I think this last year is probably. I feel like it was more memorable than the first year for me.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot more happened. Like 50% finding spawn. I mean, those are kind of recent events, but I guess the world getting deleted was a big thing. Not like a positive, but it was a big thing that like I remember.
Yeah.
Like anything that I can remember is pretty darn impressive for Journey because most episodes I don't remember looking back on. Like if I can remember something, it's clearly made an impact. But I think the last year was probably more impactful than the first. Not to say that there's not moments from the first year that I liked, like the first outposts and stuff, and
Hmm.
my pet wolves and stuff. But
Yeah.
the last year has been very different to the first. I think. I mean, it's still the same journey, and it hasn't really changed fundamentally, but little things here and there. And of course, Cherri coming in July of last year, kind of the end of the July, shifted things a little bit.
Somewhere in there.
Somewhere in the woodwork.
Somewhere in there. Who knows?
Who
I don't
knows?
remember when I like started watching, honestly.
I think it was just before Farlandiversary, or maybe just right during
I think so.
Farlandiversary last year, which was also another thing. I guess Farlandiversary this year is superior to last year's as well because it's longer and it also has. I think I like the
Hmm.
specials this year better, honestly, too. I feel like I've got a lot more going, and I'm not done with them either yet. I gotta still do the screenshot one. I think I did that last year too, where I went through the
Oh,
screenshots,
where you
but
go through
I got tons of
screenshots.
screenshots to go through. So I'll do an episode doing that probably before the
Hmm.
end. And
When is the end?
um, I think it's either gonna be the 16th, like just I guess the marathon can
Mhm.
wrap up Farlandiversary, or I could just go to the end of August, honestly. But that would be cutting it close to school and stuff. So maybe I'll just I don't know. We'll see. I might even end it like somewhere in between there too. But I feel like it's been going on for quite
Yeah.
a while. I might just wrap it up this year, pretty soon. This isn't Flobathon. Flobathon goes on for like months, like 70 plus days. Like I'm not doing that. This isn't Farlands or
Yeah,
bust.
it's a bit much.
Maybe next year's Farlandiversary will actually have a base to go with it. It was down to
You did
timing.
one last year though.
Yeah, last year I did one, and
It was
I did
the
reach a
Herobrine
million.
thing, right?
Yeah, the Herobrine outpost, which would have been
I
better. I
remember.
think that would have been better if I had kind of swapped the Citadel and the Herobrine outpost.
Yeah.
But I didn't really think of it at the time. I was just like, oh, I'll build it. Well, it didn't actually start as Herobrine's tower. It was more just like this based on the suggestion of combining yours and Devin's ideas for a wizard tower fishbowl. And then I ended up not
Yeah,
being
I
able to do the
remember that.
fishbowl part. I was like, I'm not going to do the fishbowl. And so I just made it a wizard tower. And then I was like, you know what? This looks very dark and kind of Herobrine-esque. Reminds me of like Herobrine's Mansion and that kind of thing. The like of that.
Yeah.
And I just called it that and built the summoning thing. Which I still haven't seen Herobrine yet, so that's a friggin' myth. Friggin' joke. Mojang removing Herobrine.
Freaking
Like
joke.
They think they're smart. You know, Herobrine keeps getting in the code, and we have got to remove Herobrine every update. No, I'm joking, by the way, but yeah. Last year was fun though. Like the Farlandiversary was a lot fun last year too, but I feel like this one just had a lot more going for it. A lot more marathons, or a few more marathons. It was generally just more consistent, though. I must say. I feel like if last year's was consistent, it
Yeah.
would probably rival this one a bit more. But the summer of last year was kind of. I thought I was being efficient last summer, but this summer I'm doing a lot better.
That's good.
It's a good time to take advantage of the immense time off. I can just journey and keep going. I mean, I think I've gone, let me see, since the beginning of the summer. I'll go from the beginning of July just to give it a bit of a chance here. Yeah, I was at 6.3 million at the beginning, so I've gone well over 700k over the summer, which is pretty good. Pretty good.
That is pretty good. Pretty good.
I don't know about last year. Last year might have been a bit better. I'm not quite sure where it was at. It would be quite surprising if it was, because it had an outpost and everything. July, 3.2 million to 4.1. That was pretty good too. Although I still got the rest of the month if I want to do Farlandiversary going into the end. I might still do a few more marathons.
Yeah, when do you go back to school?
Beginning of September.
Gross.
Yeah. Things all kind of set into more of a permanent schedule, or a semi-permanent for the next few years, I'm guessing. At least for Journey, and then everything else will kind of be... I don't know what everything else will be. It's really just living in the now for now. I've got a general plan going into the fall, but I'll execute it then and see how it goes. But that's not something to think about. Oh, free dirt anyway. But yeah.
Yeah, I go back in like 2 weeks, I think.
Oh.
So. Gross.
Gross.
School. No one likes school. Just kidding. I actually do like school a lot, but you know.
Yeah, I don't mind it either.
I don't mind it. I like being busy.
Yeah, being busy is nice. I find you kind of like when I've had too much free time, it kind of like counter, like, to being too busy is like the opposite, is like too free, like you don't know what to do.
Yeah, I'm like
not
getting
a fun
there.
thing.
I always get there at the end of summer. I'm like, ugh. I get like itchy. I need something to do.
Yeah.
Like even with work.
No, that's true. No, I agree. It's been getting very, very hot where I am over the last little while.
Is it really?
Oh yeah, it's been immense. Like I went out early this afternoon, and it was like not too bad. And then kind of later in the afternoon, I went out again, and yeah, it was pretty toasty. And hot where I am, Cherri. I know where you're from before in Texas. It's probably a far cry from what you think is hot.
Not even close.
It's like 35 is like hot for me.
Let me hold on.
35 Celsius.
Like,
not Fahrenheit.
Gotcha.
That would be pretty cold in Fahrenheit.
That would be cold.
Or kind of around freezing, or right around freezing.
It'd be close to freezing, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have like here. I don't really have a threshold of like what everybody else considers as hot. Cause it's like the people like at work will complain like, oh, it's so hot outside. I'm like, what do you mean? It's so nice out. Like what? Hot? Not at all. It's like 80 degrees. Not hot at all.
And I make an effort not to mention the heat because I feel like everyone knows it's hot outside. They don't need to be told.
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
People at work are like talking about like other people who are talking about the heat. They're like, oh my god, they keep mentioning the heat, and I'm like, oh, no, note to self, kind of thing. Because I'd mentioned it like once or twice, and
Yeah.
I still do mention it once or twice. Like I'm like, oh, it's like sickeningly hot out there. Like I just,
Sickeningly hot.
yeah, it's just that heat that you just feel in the shade. You feel it in the wind. Not much of a wind.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a bunch of hot air going around. But you just feel it. You just feel like you get like that exhaustion pretty quickly from working in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah, you work outside, don't you?
yeah, partially. Yeah, like I
Or
do
like a
some
little
stuff
bit,
outside.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I am enjoying the summer, like being
Oh
north of
yeah,
it.
it's
You know,
nice.
I'm also not used to it, so
Yeah, yeah.
everybody's been like telling me that I need to worry about winter, and it's
Oh,
scaring
winter.
me.
Oh, winter. Oh, last winter
I've
wasn't
like
even that bad.
only
Like
seen
last
snow a
winter was the
handful of
lucky winter.
times.
This winter, oh, it's gonna be apparently.
Oh
I heard
goodness.
I was hearing
So they
about like
say.
I don't remember what it was called, but it was kind of like the kind of like an almanac, like a weather almanac, like a prediction for the winter. And apparently it's supposed to be
Oh,
at its coldest in January and February. But I feel like that's how it was this year. But apparently it's not supposed to be a green
yeah.
Christmas, which we got a green Christmas last year. There was still like you could see the grass on
I've
Christmas.
had a green Christmas every single year of my life.
Well, that's no surprise living in Texas, but
Yeah. I'm just kidding.
no,
Like in Texas, it always got coldest in February for
yeah,
some reason,
yeah, like this year, like
or January.
December was pretty much snowless. It was very strange because usually it actually begins to
Hmm.
snow around Halloween. Like you get your first snowfall on Halloween, at least where I am,
Yeah.
and then it kind of starts to layer on
Mm.
in November, and it isn't too bad. And then in December, that's when it kind of layers on. But it was like nothing like that. It was actually rather warm some days in December, which was strange. And then in January and February this year, there was just it was fine. It got kind of cold, but there
Hmm.
was just these few days where it would just pound the snow and the cold. And I remember working those days, and oh, yeah, it got like frigid for a few days, even during the day, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, like solid winter. I remember the last like cold winter. It was I guess just the year before. And that was when I think I
Oh yeah,
remember
in
I had COVID when there was still snow on the
2021.
ground.
Oh, that sounds terrible. I've never had COVID, but
I had it once, and
I don't
hopefully never
want to
again.
imagine that. Yeah. Hopefully never again. I'm so excited for it to snow.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
yeah, it's fun until you have to shovel it a whole bunch.
It's fun.
Then it just
That's
becomes
what
manual
everybody
labor.
says. Yeah.
You actually use like a
But I don't know.
snowblower
I
or a
never
truck
get
with
to
a
see
plow on it.
snow.
That is just that much snow.
In Texas, we didn't have those. So anytime it snowed, it was like the entire state would shut down.
Well, yeah. If you don't have like, yeah, if you're in a
Maybe
state
no
with that kind of climate
snowfalls.
that you're, accustomed to climate, when it starts to shift out of balance, it really shifts out of balance, kind of thing.
It really shifts out of balance. Yeah. I think in 2021 was like the worst snowstorm or like winter storm we've like ever had in Texas, documented anyway.
Yeah, I don't remember like
That's the really
winters.
crazy one.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard about that.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I heard about it with the massive power outages and just the state just going into
Yeah.
absolute chaos for that period.
Yeah. Well, there's three like power grids in America. There's like the East, the West, and then Texas. So
Yeah,
that went wonderfully, as you can imagine.
Yeah, that's something all right.
It's
Oh,
something.
no, it is. Yeah, I remember there was one really bad winter, and might have been the 2021 winter for us as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really remember winters, but I think that there was definitely like a bad one. There's kind of like a norm for winters, and then you get like a winter like the last one, like that.
Yeah.
What they call, I think, El Nino or whatever, where it's like a warm winter from like I guess
Mm-hmm.
the results of like tropical storms or something. I think that's like if it's like really a really intense storm season, then I think it actually causes something like that. I'm not into meteorology or whatever, but something or rather.
Something or rather.
Yeah, where it just gets really warm for a winter, and that's what last winter was like. I'm sure this next winter will probably bounce back a little bit, is apparently from what the almanac
Yeah.
says anyway. Apparently they're 80% right, so in the predictions. Although apparently they're 65% correct in terms of last year. So, but it was kind of a
Mm-hmm.
strange year anyway. But yeah, well, a lot of weather talk. I feel like we always shift to the
I was
weather at
about to
one
say
point or
that. I was like,
another.
look at us talking about the weather. But
It,
now we're in like a similar climate, so there's nothing to talk about.
ah, what do we do
I
now?
can't be like, oh, it's so hot outside.
Because it's not hot for
Because
you.
it's not. It's not hot.
Oh no.
Maybe I'll have something to say when I'm cold.
Yeah, in the winter you'll be talking. Winter Wonderland, and you'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
great.
Oh, hey. So excited for that.
Yeah, the next outpost. Well, hope the next one. I think if I run out of diamonds before then, I'll just do a diamond mine. It might
Yeah.
end up landing the outpost more into early next year. In that case, if I end up doing the diamond
Mm-hmm.
mine later on, but it'll still be winter nonetheless. Oh, not what young me
Yeah.
thought of as winter. I never really thought about like the whole first 3 months of the year being winter, quote unquote. I guess there was
Yeah.
snow on the ground, but I was used to
That's
there being
fair.
snow around into like May, maybe even June sometimes if you're that unlucky in a winter. That's like the
Into
standard.
June is crazy.
Like lakes still being frozen over in
I
May.
can't even imagine.
They're just starting to thaw
Yeah.
one year in May. It was wild. But yeah, apparently years ago it went into
That
June.
is wild.
Although it probably
Next.
it wasn't like snowstorms in June. It was just like a little bit of snow kind of thing. Just like persistent. I know snow is like a fighter. Like it doesn't go out without a fight. That's one thing I've
Yeah.
learned. Like you're like,
I have
nice
not
weather
learned
for
that.
once.
So
Snow.
nice weather once.
That was what this year
My
was,
goal
honestly.
this like winter, I guess. I want to learn how to ice skate so bad
Oh, ice
because
skate.
I
Oh,
don't
I
know
like
how.
skating.
Because
I
there's
did it a
no
lot as a
ice.
kid.
You
I
like
don't do
skating?
it so much anymore, but I
Yeah, I
did it a
figured.
lot. Oh,
I know how
not
to
hockey though.
rollerblade, but I want to learn how to ice skate. Not into hockey.
No, I was never into
That's
hockey.
surprising. I actually
I was
like
like the
this year
odd one
got
out.
sort of into hockey. Into the Texas team anyway.
I feel like everyone talks about hockey, but no, that's not really my thing.
Yeah.
I'm not really a sports
Go
period.
Dallas Stars.
Selective with sports.
I yeah, I only am if like was it last year, I think? Whenever the Texas Rangers, that was our baseball team, like won the World Series. Like I got into it then because we were winning.
Oh,
But
yeah.
most of the time I don't really
Yeah.
watch stuff either.
I'm kind of here and there. Like I hear
The
news, I'm
Dallas
like,
Stars
okay,
did well this
don't
year
really know what that
too.
means, but
Okay.
you won something great. Take your
It
trophy.
was. Well, we got it like a whole day off of school. It
Well,
was
that was cool.
crazy.
Yeah, that's cool. No, that's a big deal.
Yeah,
Like
because it was the first time they'd ever won the World Series or
I,
something.
I feel like it hasn't
I don't
really
know.
been like that. I guess because nothing like that has happened for sports in Canada, at least to my knowledge. I mean, that shows how much I know if
Oh.
it did happen, but
Well, who
I
won the,
don't really
I
recall it.
mean, I don't know. I'll just Google it. I want to see who won the hockey
Oh, the hockey.
most recently. Florida Panthers. Ooh, Florida won the Stanley Cup
Wow.
this year. That's crazy.
Florida.
A lot of the time it's Canada. No surprise there.
No surprise. The hockey
No surprise
country.
there.
The country that lives off hockey.
Well, it's funny because like the Dallas Stars, none of the players are from even America. They're all Canadian.
Yeah, that's
Or
fun.
like I think there's like some that are like Russian or something.
Oh yeah. That is funny. Oh, I'm out of water. Take my last sip. Should be good.
In your quiet water bottle.
Yeah, the discreet water bottle.
Discreet. That's funny.
That's a little wild.
I have my drink of choice was cream soda.
Cream soda.
Cream soda. Because
Lovely.
that's what we had in the fridge.
Terrific. Might grab
Yeah.
something to drink.
Terrific. I don't really like soda, but you know.
Yeah, I'm not big on
Cream
it
soda's
either.
alright, I guess. No.
Like some people
I
like
just, it's so
live off of
sweet.
it, but I'm just no thanks. Maybe every
That's
once
so
in a while,
bad
but
for you also.
I just have it as like a treat every once in a while, really. Like and as like a treat, it's not something
Yeah.
I don't love it. Like it's just like that's that's in the fridge. I'll drink it, but
Just like, yeah, it was in the fridge. I'll drink it. Exactly.
yeah, I'm definitely not into pop as much as a lot of people are.
Pop.
Pop.
Yeah. Pop.
Oh,
I've been
little
making
donut
sweet
there.
tea and just living off of it because it's not here. No sweet tea anywhere. I'm miserable. Just
Non-existent.
kidding. I've been making it. It's just like, well, I'll go somewhere and they'll say that they have iced tea, and I'm like, let me try it, and I'll try it, and it's terrible.
Yeah, because yeah, we've had the discussion.
We've had this discussion.
Yeah, Texas takes tea tea a lot more seriously, not like sweet tea and that kind of thing.
We take it very seriously.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I was thinking the other day, the only thing I miss like about Texas is the food.
Really?
Food there's better than it is here.
Yeah.
By a lot. Like
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
It's not surprising. Keep going. There we
I'll
are.
go back and visit at some point and just eat a bunch of Mexican food.
There you go.
There you go. I also miss stuff being spicy.
Oh
Nothing
yeah.
here is spicy.
Yeah, I'm.
But I'll go somewhere and they'll advertise something as really spicy, and I'll get it and I'll try it, and it's like barely spicy.
Ugh.
And it's driving me crazy.
Yeah, I'm not big on spice. But I guess it's no surprise, is it?
Well, that makes sense. No.
Because the food. But no, I just it's not right my thing.
No.
And
You
honestly,
probably just haven't had like good spicy food.
yeah, that might be it. I might just have
Maybe.
to go somewhere,
That might
like
be it.
travel somewhere and have like actual spicy
Go
food.
south.
Go south.
Go south. America South.
Yeah, America
Yeah.
South. Because I went south earlier this year,
America South.
but it was like the food was different. Like it was a different cuisine where I was. Wasn't like there was no like spicy food. I
Interesting.
guess there might have been, but like at least where I was, like a lot of stuff was like cooked. I mean, there was like kind of like I guess quote unquote like American style food is I guess what it's called.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
American style.
Yeah,
You don't know.
well,
Okay.
when we were on our when we were on a trip, we actually like had like we went to an American restaurant. Like, it was like a restaurant that was like advertised as American on the resort. It was weird.
As American.
Yeah. Yeah, there was
I
like
want to go there and rate it.
and it just had like just anything. It just had like yeah, just American staples apparently. I don't know the American staples, but apparently it had them.
American staples. It's like hot dogs.
Yeah, like Philly cheese, hot dogs, burgers, wings.
Cheese, hot dogs, burgers. Are wings American?
I don't know.
I guess. I don't know either.
It just sounds like it'd be there. I don't remember
Biscuits
the
and
menu.
gravy. But that's southern. Maybe they had sweet tea.
But yeah, and then
We'll never know.
someone I knew went on a trip to Jamaica, and apparently their food is a lot different.
Oh.
Is a lot more bland
Yeah.
because
Is it?
because they get their food. It was somewhere around that area. I don't remember if it was Jamaica or not, but it was one of those countries, and it was because they didn't have trade deals with America or anything, so they don't get like stuff from like North America. They got their stuff from like Europe and stuff, so it's a lot
Yeah.
different food.
Oh.
A lot like there's not
Well,
like
there you go.
salt and pepper. Well, even where I was actually, a lot of the food needed salt and pepper. Like it was kind of like
I
the
probably would
same
not
there.
have liked it then.
Yeah, it kind of we had to like ask for salt and pepper everywhere we went because it was just like if it wasn't like a meal, like if it was like breakfast or something, like a lot of the breakfast food, like the eggs were not like they needed a lot more salt and stuff. Like they just needed that boost.
Yeah.
A
I
lot
eat
of
my
the-
eggs with hot sauce on them.
Oh, yeah.
So,
there.
you know. So there.
So there.
So there.
Yeah. Yeah, food is
I
an
always
interesting
figured
thing.
like it is an interesting thing, but I always figured like if I went to Europe or somewhere and I just opened a restaurant that was like American food, but it was made by an American, so it was real and like authentic,
Genuine.
you know, quote unquote, genuine, then like it would do numbers because there's no way, you know.
And it's weird
their
seeing
minds
like
wouldn't be blown
restaurants
by,
like boasting a certain style, and then you see the people that work there are just like locals
Yeah.
from the area. It's weird. It's just like I guess like the cuisine and like the
Yeah.
menus. I guess it's not something that's entirely foreign to a lot of people who travel. I guess it's everything a lot of people I guess are used to, but it was something that was like strange to me. I was like, wow, you know, I mean, it's not I guess not that big of a surprise because it's a resort and you know it's like staff and stuff like they're all locally employed, but still.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like a lot of different styles. Like there was like Greek and like a lot of various different types of places there. And we went to I think almost every one of them except the ones that weren't really people didn't really like very much. Which apparently was the French place, which is funny. The French cuisine place wasn't very like high reviews.
French cuisine.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, French
Though
food
I've
look
never tried
gross
French
anyway.
food.
What
Although I know
French
they've
food?
tried I know people who've been to France before, and they say
I would never
They
go.
say McDonald's funny because they don't say it like in any
Is
like
it?
different. They just pronounce it a funny way. They just got a
Yeah,
lot of
I went
it's
to
one of the funny things. I think I talked with Devin about it before. But I like the like when
Yeah.
people like are speaking a foreign language and then they just say an English word like it's nothing. I guess it's like it's probably the same thing for them like listening to us talk and then we say something in like a different language. I guess
They
it's
say
like that.
something. Yeah.
It's like a similar principle, but it's weird to think. Anyway,
Yeah.
there we go. But yeah, I don't really know what French cuisine entails. I guess I know this
No.
escargot is a big thing. I mean, that's probably just stereotypical, but I know that's a thing. I don't know like the actual like popular meals. I think I know shockingly little about cuisine in other countries.
Yeah.
Like
Well, that makes sense
I know like some
if I'm
general
being
things for some
real.
countries. Like I know
Yeah.
a lot of food in like the Middle East is like spicy, like actually like, spicy. I'm probably like what you're used to,
Yes.
spicy. Like that's just like everything
Yeah.
there is spicy or something or other, or like flavorful, if not
Mhm.
spicy. Like just a lot of flavor. For like a lot of people,
Yeah.
especially where I am, just like eat some very bland food, like stereotypically bland food.
Yeah.
Like I kind of grew up eating
Yeah.
that, so that's just
See,
kind of my palate. But
I wouldn't have said that like before I moved north, but then I moved north and I'm like, yeah, there's no flavor ever. Unless it's like, I don't know, fish.
oh, fish, yeah, fish is a big thing.
Fish. Fish is a
Like
big
fish,
thing.
like well, like I don't know. There's a big like emphasis on like fishing and hunting and stuff in Ontario. So like everything is
Yeah,
like
that's fair.
like you eat a lot of like fresh fish and like
Mhm.
it's just common to have like meals that have like just like various stuff that's been like trapped or whatever like instead of like beef you'd have like moose sometimes, not like on its own but you have it in like a stew or something, so that's
Yeah.
like a common thing to have like other animals, like just not like just
How
like
does
the standard
moose
beef. And
taste?
I mean it's pretty good.
Is it really?
Yeah, I like it actually.
I've never even seen a moose.
Oh, I've seen them. They're huge. Actually, they're very tall.
Yeah,
They're like
I figured.
they're yeah
They
they're
like swim. They're weird.
and they make a very strange noise because I have people in the family that they hunt and stuff. So I can you know like the
Mhm.
calls and stuff. They just sound very strange.
Yeah,
I can't really describe the sound. Like
I've
it
never
has like
seen
a
a
name
moose.
for it, but yeah, yeah, moose are very like you kind of like imagine a moose, but when you actually see one, they're very like huge.
Interesting.
They're like towering. Well, they're not towering, but
Yeah.
they are though pretty large compared to a
Maybe I'll
deer
see
or
one
something.
day compared to a deer. Yeah, there's deer everywhere here.
Oh yeah, there's not so much. I haven't seen too many deer recently, but when I was young, there was a ton of deer.
I've
I'd see
seen
them
a
all the
lot
time.
of deer.
I think the winters have been hard on them. Like a lot of like long
Yeah,
winters have been hard, and also like just for like predators and stuff. Like wolves are huge. Like there's a lot of wolves. So
I've never seen a wolf either.
yeah,
I've seen
I've seen
like
them
a
up. I've
bear
seen them like
once.
I've seen like dead wolves up close because
Oh,
I've got
that's
people who
sad.
well, it's through the lens of them being like a pest to like people because people are trying to farm and their
Yeah.
livestock are getting killed. Like it's that kind of thing.
Mhm. Well, there's
I
like the
understand
whole
it. I
like
very well
I don't know if you
understand the
know about this.
humanitarian side of it, but it's all like all like
Yeah.
legal principle and stuff. Like it's all within the
Do
law
you
and
know
everything.
about like Yellowstone? Do you know about Yellowstone and like how they like reintroduced wolves and like all the farmers that lived in like Montana and Wyoming and whatnot were like just pissed off because all these wolves are coming in
Oh
and
yeah,
then killing their livestock. And it was like a whole thing not that long
I think
ago.
the
I don't
fishing and
remember.
hunting is probably a big thing in Minnesota too.
Yeah. I would say the fishing
The
is for
outdoors,
sure.
the outdoors
But I
stuff.
also live like right by a lake, so
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, lakes are pretty common, especially the more north you go.
Yeah.
Like Canada
I've
has
never
like
like I
tens
don't
of
know,
I think it might have like tens of
tens
thousands
of
of lake or
thousands.
honestly, Ontario alone I think has 10,000 lakes.
Yeah, I love living by the lake. Like I don't know, I go swimming a lot. It's
The lakes
fun.
are nice.
They are nice.
They are.
It's like the ocean, but not salty. It's great.
Mhm.
And no sharks.
No sharks. Yeah. There is
I
such thing
actually
as
like sharks a
freshwater
lot.
sharks, but they don't exist in like these regions. They're more, I think, more in like
Interesting.
I think, I wonder if Russia has freshwater sharks or something. Somewhere, so I think there is such thing. I just don't know where.
Somewhere.
Maybe even I guess in the maybe
I'll
the
Google it
north
for
of
you.
Canada, like some of the northern oceans, that kind of thing,
Yeah.
or in lakes and stuff.
Freshwater sharks.
I feel like that's a thing. Like I feel like I'm
Interesting. Yeah, I found some.
not just pulling that out of my ass, kind of thing.
No, you're not. So, this is what Wikipedia says. Um, so there are some sharks that can like swim between salt and fresh water, which is weird. And then there are river sharks in Asia and Australia.
Oh,
So there you go.
there you go.
That's just what this says. Who knows? I met some people from New Zealand the other day, and that was scary.
Oh, yeah,
You know.
I think yeah, when I went to Alberta, I met a bunch of there's a lot of like Australian and New Zealand folk there. Like a lot of people just from around the world
Well,
is.
it's funny. Yeah, because Australians like hate Americans,
Oh, do they?
which is like why I don't even know why. Um, and then they were like talking bad about like the Olympics and stuff. They're like, we're winning over America, and then America was like, oh, whoa,
Whoa.
calm down, calm down. And
I
everybody was like, why are we even like beefy right now? What is going on? But New Zealand people are nice.
and I remember meeting
At least the ones I
I
met.
remember like being with exchange students in school and stuff, and that was weird too. Where
Yeah.
my one of my schools had an exchange program, and there was like exchange students coming in from
Mhm.
South America and Europe. It was just interesting hearing about their culture.
Yeah.
It's always cool, like especially when people
I
pop into the chat and
yeah.
stuff, and they're like, "Oh, I'm from X and Y and
I'm
whatnot."
like
Because
from somewhere
especially when
cool.
they say like it's like a completely different time, like during like the middle of the night, completely, and not like
Mhm.
midnight. Like it's like a complete different time to me. I'm like, "Oh, they're definitely in another country." That's really
Yeah.
cool.
One of my best friends like moved to Texas from South Africa,
Oh wow,
and that was crazy.
yeah.
That's a big move. I
No,
felt bad for him,
yeah,
but
that's a pretty big
it's a
move.
big move.
Yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
anybody who's done anything like that.
No.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah. And he was
Yeah.
like, I was expecting there to be cowboys here, and I was like, well,
Cal,
if
yeah,
you go
people
to the
riding
right places,
horseback.
there are. Oh yeah.
Everyone's
That's
riding
what I took to
horseback,
school
and
every single day. It was my horse.
just like people joke about Canadians going everywhere on by polar bear, and or like
Pet polar bear.
or um or the mountain police or the Mounties or whatever.
Oh,
They
what?
joke about them, but like the horse riding. There's like these kind of like this kind of special thing of police in like the mountains. I think they're called Mounties or
Hmm.
whatever. I never saw them, but apparently
Okay.
such a thing. They're like on horseback,
Oh,
and they're like in red, and they got like these
yeah.
special hats. It's
Interesting.
almost a cowboy hat, but it's like flat.
Almost a cowboy hat, but flat.
They
Okay.
flattened it out.
Weird.
Yeah,
We
Mounties, I think
had
is what they're called.
In Texas, we have Texas Rangers. So there's a baseball team that I like just talked about, and then there's like the
Yeah.
Texas Rangers, and they're like a police force kind of
Yeah, it's like that. I don't think it's a
thing.
thing where I am, or at least I haven't seen it, but it's probably around
Yeah.
somewhere, or historically was, if not anymore.
Interesting.
Interesting. Oh, there's an unfinished hidey hole.
Oh,
I
okay.
see a 2x1. Oh, there's another one. It's a whole hidey hole network.
Oh, that's fun.
Two people were
I
journeying.
had like real maple syrup for the first time
Oh, did you?
not that long ago.
Not like the friggin'
I
Butterworth.
did, and I was like, oh,
Yeah,
yeah. I was like, oh, I get it now.
yeah, you get what the real maple syrup is.
Yeah, I'd never had real maple syrup
It's pretty
before.
good. I recently got some from
It was
Southern
pretty
Ontario.
good.
Recently got, I think we're still going through it, but we recently got some from Southern Ontario, and it's been really good. It's like fresh.
Mm,
Like even like the stuff you buy in the store, I'm sure is fairly
yeah.
fresh, but this stuff was like recent kind of thing. You could tell it was like pretty high quality,
Mm,
but that's good. There's a lot
yeah.
of like craftsman
I get
stuff
it. I
going
get
on
the
like that.
hype now.
Like a lot of like
Yeah, there's a lot of that here. It's
yeah,
really cool.
everything's like hand. There's a lot of like handmade or like that kind of thing, or hand like produced.
Yeah.
A lot of local. And I
Mm,
noticed like a big thing in Alberta was like there's a lot of breweries and stuff, and also I guess where I am too, there's a lot of
yeah,
breweries. A big thing. Unlike
there's a lot over here.
yeah, and I'm sure a lot of pubs and stuff you're used to down there too.
Hmm.
There's
And we didn't
quite a
really
few.
have stuff like that in Texas.
No, yeah, yeah, for sure. Well, I still got a little bit of blocks left. I don't have to do a hidey hole for a good time or a good while. A lot of fun stuff anyway. I think this is actually stuff we haven't talked about, so I think we're turning a new leaf, Cherry.
I don't think so. We are. We aren't just like talking in circles
Yeah, it's breaking some new ground.
as we do.
It's difficult in a series where I'm just
Or
walking
so we
aimlessly
think.
multiple hours. I know we've talked about like some of the cultural
Yeah.
differences before, but I think some of the like all this stuff is like kind of
Yeah.
new. Fortunately, everyone watching,
I think
this
so.
is novel. Some of it anyway.
Yeah.
Which I know I
For
feel like
everybody
I
that's
feel
made
like it's
it
kind of expected for stuff to
an
be
hour
like,
and a half
oh,
in.
they're talking about it for the first time kind of thing. But in Journey,
Yeah.
it's you kind of do a bit of a broken record thing
Talking in
where you do the same
circles.
old thing, even with if you don't know it.
Yeah. You know what's a new thing for me is Culver's. Is there Culver's in Canada?
Oh, like the beer?
I feel like there is. No, it's like a fast food place.
Wait, what is it called?
Culver's. Culver's.
No, never heard of
I'll
it.
spell it. Culver's.
See,
Like that. No? Interesting.
no, that must be an
I
American,
just wondered.
like American.
I guess.
I
Because it's
know
a
another
thing up here
one.
and I'd like never seen a
The
Culver's
ones I've
before.
seen when I went to America. Yeah, I've never heard of Culver's. But like one thing, some stuff I've noticed, some of these I've actually seen in Canada since then. But one of them was Chili's
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that was in Canada as well.
You've never. Have you been to
I
Chili's?
went to one in Alberta when I was there. It was pretty good.
Wow.
It was like
How was it?
it was some
Pretty
like
good.
it
I
was
like
like
their
actual.
salsa.
Yeah, they had good salsa.
They have great salsa.
Yeah, because I had quesadillas when I was there.
I actually like miss Chili's. Yeah, quesadillas.
That
Okay.
was a
Well,
pretty good meal.
Chili's.
Yeah, and then the other
I
ones
don't
like the
think there's a
fast
Chili's
food.
like anywhere near me.
There's quite a few actually that I know that are in America that I haven't been to. I don't know if they're in Canada or not. They might be in like the
Yeah.
west or the east or something. But there's Carl. I think
Hmm.
Carl Junior's. I think is one.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to name them. Hardee's, which I think
No,
I've
you're.
actually been to that one in America when I went one
I've
time.
I
Or,
don't really like Carl Jr.'s or you know,
there's
Carl Jr.'s
also,
is mid.
I think I've heard of Whataburger as well.
Okay, well,
I
I
feel like
could
I'm
talk about
unearthing stuff.
Whataburger all day. You are. Whataburger started in Texas, so you know,
Oh,
gotta say.
now
Yeah,
we're
and
digging
it's
up some Texan
now we're talking.
conversation.
This is my territory. Yeah, this
All
is my
right.
territory. I miss Whataburger so much. Yeah, it started in Texas, and then there's like some in other southern states, but
Oh, it's like a
like the
southern thing.
only there's like it's a southern thing,
Oh,
and I love it and miss it so much.
I see.
As far as fast food goes, the other thing I miss Sonic.
Yeah, I've
Ever
never
been
heard
to
of
a
Sonic.
Sonic?
I know Sonic the Hedgehog and nothing
They
more.
have they have like I don't even know how to describe their food. It's like super American,
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess. And they also have like slushies and like I would always get their cherry limeades because their food is really cheap. So it's like, and there's one right by my school. So at school a lot, I'd go and get like a cherry limeade or something to get me through the day.
Oh.
And they had, yeah, I don't know. I didn't really ever get their food, but they have like burgers and stuff and hot dogs. Joy. I did miss Sonic.
Yeah, that's also
Making me
something.
homesick.
Oh, maybe we should move on.
No, it's okay. I'm just kidding. That's like the only thing I miss is the food. That's like actually it. And my friends, I guess. But my friends and family, you know, but also the
And the
food.
thing for me is like I don't got anything that I miss like because I've always lived in the same place my whole life pretty much. Like I've
You've
moved
always lived
within
in
the
the
same
same.
place, like the same place, but not like I've never moved to another province or
Mm-hmm.
or to across the province or anything like that. So I don't really haven't really
Yeah.
experienced like a culture shock or like kind of thing where it's like, oh, things are different now kind of thing.
Yeah. I had like been to Minnesota a bunch of times before I moved. Um, but I don't know. Picking up everything I like own and moving it here was kind of crazy.
Yeah, it must have
Can't
been.
lie. Yeah, and I have to like get used to, I don't know. Sometimes I say something and people are like, "What?"
What?
I have to repeat myself a lot. What?
It's just it
I'm
sounds
like, I
very
don't know. You know what I mean?
yeah. No, I think I get that.
I don't know. And whenever like people find out I'm from Texas, they're like, "Oh, where's your boots and your cowboy hat?" And I'm like, "At home, where they belong."
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't know.
Anyways,
I don't honestly like. I don't know how long I'll stay here. Probably just for school, or I'll stay here the rest of my life. Who knows?
who knows?
Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, I was debating going elsewhere for school, but
Mm-hmm.
I just did not feel like I didn't feel like it was worth it enough to me with the price. Like I feel like you have to
Yeah,
really want it, you know. I just wasn't
you
in the
do have
right
to
spot
really
for it.
want it.
I
A
have
lot of my
friends who've gone
friends
across.
obviously stayed home.
Yeah, they've gone a lot. I mean, I've people who've stayed home, but there's also been people who've gone,
Mm-hmm.
elsewhere, and I'm sure it's been wonderful, but it's just not really my thing with the price and me just not being like, eh.
Yeah.
Generally, like square one a few years ago when I was first considering it, I was just like,
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't ready in the first place, and then by the time I was ready, I was like, I'm not even gonna bother doing that because there's gonna be a whole lot more steps to it, and you're kind of just thrown out into the woods and expected to survive.
Yeah. Yeah. For me it was super convenient because I don't have to pay out of state for school. So that's like kind of like what was like, oh, I don't want to be in Texas anymore, and I don't have to pay out of state if I
There you go.
go to school in Minnesota. So that's like it just worked out really
Yeah,
well.
if it, that's great. If it works out like that.
And I've always wanted to get out of Texas. No offense to Texas.
No, it's the Texas.
It was fun. It was fun.
Fun while it lasted.
Fun while it lasted. I need a break though. You know.
Need some distance.
I need some distance.
And by distance, you mean like the opposite to of the country kind of distance.
The opposite side of the country.
Or I guess like they're in like the north-south. I mean. But as far as you could get without going like the diagonal. Or going into Canada. God, who would want to go into Canada?
Ugh, who would want to go to Canada?
Coming from a Canadian. Oh my God! Don't even get me started. Not going into politics.
No, I've actually
or the living situation.
Or the living situation. I had been wanting to go to Canada for a while.
No, Canada is nice.
And the plan this year was to go before school started.
It's just crazy.
I don't have a
like prices
passport.
Though. I don't know if it's like that in Minnesota.
Just, like, don't have a passport.
Is it like that where you are in Minnesota? Like the prices?
It's more expensive.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that makes more sense because.
Yeah, gas is more expensive because it's a big thing in Texas.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess. I feel like so with Texas, like everybody would move to Texas because like sales tax was like not as high, right?
Yeah.
But now like in Texas it's kind of the same as everywhere else. There's not really a point.
Now everyone who's moved there is just like,
I don't know. It's like, well there's still like property tax isn't as high. So that's why all the streamers and stuff move to Austin.
Yeah, that's what I've noticed is a lot of streamers have moved to Texas and then moved away.
They all moved to Austin for some reason. Which, no offense to anyone from Austin, but kind of like I don't know. No, I'm not gonna be mean. I'm gonna be kind.
Choosing kindness.
I'm choosing kindness.
We're like bordering on like. Bordering very heavily. Wait, this episode's been a little bit of that. It's good.
It's
wonderful.
Fine. I haven't said anything political, okay?
No, yeah, we haven't gone into politics.
I'm keeping myself in check. Yeah. Me and Devin need to start our podcast.
Yeah, you can start your podcast and get all the political discussion over there.
Start our podcast and get it all out. Yeah, get it all out of our systems.
And it won't affect your reputations.
Not at all.
No, it'll probably only help them really.
Of course.
Talking
about politics never goes wrong for anyone.
You just see that being said through gritted teeth. Never.
Never. Like cricket.
Yeah. There's good reason.
Yeah.
I feel like if you were attacked, if you were attacked enough, it would work. But I feel like even then, you'd still ruffle some feathers if enough people came in. Yeah, I think no matter what you say about politics, there's always gonna be someone that's like, oh. They just like opens the can of worms.
Well, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
That's like the whole thing about not talking about politics.
The problem with, I don't even know if I should go here, but it's not offensive to anybody, so I think we're fine. Is America's a two-party system, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
No matter what you do, you're
always
gonna offend the other half of the country.
It's the same thing in Canada. Largely, Canada is also a two-party. There's technically, I think, 4 or 5 parties. I mean, America also has extra. It's kind of like that, where
technically.
There's extra parties, but no one votes for them. Like some people do, and actually they do good sometimes in terms of like local government.
Really?
But
Well,
In
yeah, I
like the
feel like the
overall government,
Republicans.
they don't really do that well unless like the main parties have really screwed up. Like both
Yeah,
parties have a bad
well,
reputation. But
that's never
honestly,
happened
yeah, historically, I
here.
think like a long, long time ago, another like one of the other parties led as like prime minister, I think even, or like really high
Mhm.
up. But that was a long, long time ago. I feel like the politics was a lot different, 100, 200 years
Oh
ago.
yeah.
And that, I mean, Canada
Yeah.
wasn't even around 200 years ago.
I was gonna say 200 years ago.
Hardly, it was hardly around.
I like I googled y'all's history not that long ago, and I was like, this is so boring. You've had nothing go on. It was
well,
just like a
well,
clean
there's
like.
there's one thing that went on that, like I said, I say
Well,
we
okay,
I say
there's
we milk
one
one
thing that
thing,
went on.
or no, I say milk, but it actually is a pretty touchy subject. It's like what's often like just everywhere in history for America. I'm not gonna say it, but
Yeah,
I feel like you know what
no,
I'm
I
talking about.
gotcha.
Yeah, but there's kind of like something. I mean, that I think that happened in Canada as well, but at some
Hmm.
point. But I feel like there's the one thing that I mentioned that's probably more talked about.
I think I know what you're talking about. I'm not like 100% sure because I don't know much about Canada. We never talk about you guys ever,
Yeah.
which is kind of sad when you think about it because it's like your neighbors, you know?
We're like the neighbors that are like kind of giving each other the cold shoulder sometimes.
Yeah. Well, with like in Texas, we talked about Mexico,
Yeah.
but we used to be part of Mexico, so I guess that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, I could do a whole like
I
crash
think
course on Texas history, but I won't.
I think Canada, America, and Mexico, namely, have like a very quite the history with each other as like countries.
Yeah.
They have quite the since it's like in North America, that's like the three big countries. That's like the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's I guess
The thing.
explainable the dynamic now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably about as much politics as you can talk about without giving names or
That's
ruffling
probably
feathers.
it.
Like saying, oh yeah, prices are bad. Yeah, everyone can agree on that pretty much here.
Everyone can agree with that. Yeah.
I remember someone a
Anyway.
while back asked me about thoughts on like a very like recent political event. I was like, and it was like one in America. I was like, oh well, you see,
Oh, yeah, no. Stay away.
yeah, I'm staying well away.
You see. Stay well away. Me and Devin will talk about it at some
Yep,
point.
yep. Save that for the podcast.
The podcast that's gonna like ruin our lives in 20 years.
Everyone's just gonna like the future employers just gonna be like,
Like,
radical
so what you
takes.
said on this day in 2024, I don't know. I'm like, dang it.
Dang it.
Dang it.
Do you think they'd even care? I feel like they're just as political.
I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? I feel
Who
like
knows?
everybody's political though, so
Yeah, to some degree.
to each their
Even people
own.
who avoid it have something to say about it because they avoid it.
Because they avoid it. Yeah. Yeah. So fun.
So much fun, yeah. Oh, what we've landed ourselves with.
That's coming from you.
Truly the pinnacle of humanity. It, definitely.
You live in Canada. I feel like, what do y'all have going on right now?
A lot.
Anything
Like, what do you
interesting?
mean, like
A lot? Like, I don't know.
prices
If
are
I looked up
bad?
Canadian news, prices are bad.
Crime. There's a lot of
Yeah,
crime.
that's
a lot of crime.
Okay, well,
I feel like
hold
there's
on.
a lot of crime. There's prices. I don't know, a lot of general stuff.
General stuff.
Yeah, a lot of general stuff that it goes on
Interesting.
everywhere. I don't really know.
It
I
goes
guess
on
there's like
everywhere.
a lot of like headline stuff, but I feel like headline stuff is everywhere too, like accidents and stuff.
Yeah.
There's not really, I don't know. I feel like there's not really anything super significant. Devin's messaging me to
Well, lucky
chat.
you guys.
I'll have to save that conversation for another
Let's
day.
see. Oh, what's he saying? He's like,
He's just
I don't
asking
know.
if I wanted
I
to
was gonna
chat.
like say something I think you would say. Oh,
He doesn't.
tell him I say hi. He doesn't know you're streaming?
I don't know. I feel like it would say it. I'll just say Cherri says hi. Yeah, it says streaming Farlandiversary. Oh, I guess it does. Oh, it doesn't say featuring Cherri. I forgot to put that.
Oh, it
I'll
doesn't.
do that in the
Hey,
after the
put me in the
fact.
title.
I can do it. I can do it still.
Okay.
Even though it's like already like almost 2 hours in.
Tell him we're talking about politics.
About as close as you can
Say we're
get to
talking
us
about
talking.
politics about you.
Devin says hi back.
Oh, awesome. Lovely.
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 Well, I'm just gonna stick to drinking my flat pop here. Probably sat out for a day or two.
Oh.
Definitely not
Delicious.
gross at all. It's the only thing I have to drink.
What is it, at least?
It's a Pepsi.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Pepsi's so nasty.
Like I can drink it, but I'm not purposely like going out of my way for it.
No. Where I'm from, we drink Coke.
Oh, Coke? I don't know. I feel like I drink both indistinguishably. I feel like that's controversial. I feel like that's gonna stir up more drama than us actually talking about politics.
Yeah, that's the most controversial thing I've ever heard you say.
Like it's funny. Like it's like it's negligible to me. Like I guess that just shows how much I like pop. I don't really care that enough to just be drinking it pretty much anything willy nilly. Although I probably have my limits, but most pops I can drink and not hate them.
I used to drink soda quite a bit, and then I don't know. Well, I want to say it's like I went on this medicine, like, because I take this medicine for my migraines, whatever, and it like changes my taste buds.
Oh.
And then I stopped drinking soda after that because it tasted weird.
Yeah, I remember when I had COVID, and you have that thing where like your taste gets affected. And that kind of happened with that.
Yeah.
Where something was amplified. Like I remember someone saying like that, like the taste of when they had every time they had anything with vinegar, like ketchup, like they could just taste vinegar. Like it's like that kind of thing where something becomes amplified for some reason. And I don't know what it was that was amplified. Because like you kind of lose your sense of taste, but like something just tastes really strong. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like things kind of just become muted.
Well, I didn't have COVID, but
yeah.
Soda and chocolate started tasting different.
Oh.
I don't know why.
It was certain cereal I was having, and then like certain meals I would eat as well. Would also just be really weird. Like it was a specific
a weird concept.
Cereal? Yeah, you're not used to that?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I feel like I ate cereal as a kid, but like now it just tastes like sugar. You know?
Yeah, I try to eat stuff that'll actually have sustenance. But
sustenance, yeah. Who eats breakfast anyway? Just kidding. I actually eat breakfast sometimes. Every now and then. Every
If
now
you're
and then.
feeling up for it.
If I'm feeling up for it.
Yeah. Is that an arrow of mine? No. Yeah, I'm just gonna run away from the skeleton.
Just let him burn.
Yeah, I just choose to not be combatant because I know they'll die in 5 seconds anyway.
What a sad life.
Yeah, mobs in Minecraft are truly living or truly not
Tragic.
living the life.
Truly not.
Oh, maybe I'll talk to Devin after the episode. See what he's up to and talking about. Probably gonna
If
talk
he
about
wants to
being
talk,
on Newcraft.
like, mm,
Because he was watching my stream for a bit and we were chatting a bit. So he's probably got a
I
thing
see.
or two to say about it. He's like, oh my gosh, you're back. And in the episode, I was like,
You're
I'm
back.
not promising consistency. Not promising me coming back immediately. It might take me a bit. Like, I just kind of hopped on and streamed it because I felt like doing it in the moment. It doesn't mean I'll feel like it again.
Yeah, that's
Or like soon, I mean.
real. If he
Trying to be
wants to talk
realistic.
so badly, he can
Oh.
join if he wants. I don't care.
Taint the special.
I guess. Even though it's Cherry special.
Cherry special. Now you gotta add
You
an
know.
Devon.
Yes, we have room. I guess.
Oh, goodness.
I haven't spoken to him in a very long time, I feel like.
Yeah, it's probably been a bit since like at least some point in Newcraft.
Yeah, some point.
I remember I kept it in the episode, like the whole thing. I think my mic was muted a little bit for that time accidentally, but there was that like point where it was you at Devon's, and I was like, we were at the beginning of the world. We were at Devon's, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go for an adventure, and you were basically just begging me to take you
I was like,
on the adventure.
please, don't leave me here. Don't leave me here. Yeah.
And Newcraft 2 is fun.
Anything but Evan's house by myself. Anything. I want to say, I feel like that's the last time I talked to him, honestly.
Yeah,
like,
well,
even
he's
if he's
played
like
a
on the
little
server
bit
and I'm on the server, like,
when he's not,
yeah.
kind of thing. But he's also been inactive a little bit anyways. Like he did a few episodes for a while,
Yeah.
and then he kind of just went and switched gears. Like he hadn't talked about it for a while. Like, well, I say that, but he always talks about Newcraft, Christ, but he just talks about the fact that he hasn't been playing it more so than when he is on it. He's talking about his plans.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he's getting back into it at some point. But yeah, he was kind of having his deal with it as well, where he was trying to get an episode done, and he realized that he doesn't really have the time to record and edit episodes for Newcraft. Which is a lovely discovery to come to, which is why I'm just not I don't even know what I'm going to do in the fall. It'll be a mystery. It really will. I'll probably just have to do like live stream episodes for Newcraft, and Journey will stay the same. Well, only fewer episodes, I'm guessing. But we'll have to see.
Yeah. I'm kind of just waiting until I get like the itch to play.
Yeah, I feel like you get it. Like I
Yeah.
was just playing, going to play, I think like Subnautica or something today, and I just like hopped
Mm,
on, and I just didn't feel it. And I was like, I want to play Newcraft, and I just hopped on Newcraft. Like that's just how it is. I don't want to play when I don't
yeah.
feel like playing.
I'll like randomly just get like the urge to like build something,
Hmm.
you know? That happens to me a
And maybe
lot.
one day
But I
that'll
never
all add up.
finished. I need to finish. I never finished my house. My vacation home.
Yeah, vacation home.
My vacation home. Like I'm off of vacation now.
So that's what you can say, yeah. You're out on vacation,
Mhm.
scuba diving or whatever, and then I was off.
Oh yeah,
I was
scuba
also
diving.
off circling the island, and I just got lost again. It took me like
Yeah, I got.
a month to get back and do the trial chambers, and then another month to come back and do what I did today.
Mhm.
And what was
Yeah,
funny was
I'm
my
stuck
last.
in some coral somewhere.
Yeah, you're just trapped in some coral.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, darn.
Uh, and I realized it was like an exact month since my last Newcraft episode came out when I did the episode today. I was like, oh, I've played this world so little in the 2 months it's been around. Like compared to Newcraft One, I at least like I was inconsistent a
Yeah.
little bit, but at least I've played every like week or two. No, I'm not too worried.
Yeah.
If I'm not interested, I'm not interested. It's just
Mhm.
that's just the way it is. Like, it happens with Journey too. Like I used to be like, oh, it'll never happen with Journey, but it does occasionally. I just kind of get more encapsulated by other things, and then Journey just falls by the wayside for a while. And then I kind of just sit and pout about it for a
Mhm.
bit, and I'm like, wait, why am I doing this? Because I'm the core principle of the series is doing it whenever I feel like doing it. And that's kind of the whole channel. So
Yeah.
I feel like that is exactly what I want. But then Journey, I'm like, oh, efficiency, but I kind of have like a duality of like efficiency versus what I want to do. That's
Yeah.
really the thing. But yeah. Oh, let me set sail. Set sail on my wonderful boat.
Your wonderful boat.
I feel like I'm getting like bullied every time I say boat, passive
Because you
aggressively.
say it funny.
No, well, not to
Oh.
me.
And not to anybody else anymore. It's just me.
Yeah. Anyone at this point in the episode,
Terrible.
comment down below. Make fun of me. If you
Comment down below.
join Cherri in the quest to make fun of the way I say boat.
Yeah.
Oh
Now
goodness.
I'm the one with an accent. It's just terrible.
Oh, the turntables.
How the turntables.
Oh no. Yeah. Is that 7.1 million? No. Well, I've actually crossed it a while back, but we were so engrossed in conversation.
Yeah, well, you've been
I'm just
yapping.
avoidant. I'm just avoidant to Journey. I talk about it enough. Goodness. If you want to hear me talk about it, just watch any other episode I do. That doesn't have Cherri in it. I'm just like, no, Jane. Sometimes I make some original conversation, but usually it just pertains to other series or just general stuff. But, I think I do a fair enough job commentating what is essentially just nothing. It's more of a podcast than anything.
Yeah, it kind of
Except not the
is
political podcast.
at this point, but not political. No.
Yeah, it's just people talking in front of someone walking to the Farlands, and that being me. The host of the
Mhm.
podcast, The Journey. What do I do? What'll be my podcast outlet after Journey? I guess Newcraft if it's still around.
We just like sit at a table in your craft.
Yeah,
We build like a podcast
like a studio.
room, like a studio.
It's just like its own thing. It's not even in the Newcraft playlist. It's just like its own playlist.
It's like its own, yeah.
It's just like the podcast that takes place in a Minecraft SMP. Well, that's about as good as we can do.
Yeah, honestly.
That'd be funny. Oh yeah, I should
I don't know
mention
what we talk about though.
that yeah, I don't even know what we'd talk about. I feel like we're expunging all of our discussion in this series. By the time this is over,
Yeah.
I feel like we'll want the time away.
Yeah.
I feel like I'll need a bit of. It'll be weird not having Journey around. Like at least like I'll still like be play the world, but like not doing it in this capacity of like walking and stuff. I feel like it's gonna be strange having that void.
Mhm.
It'll leave a bit of a void, but that's fine. I'm fine with a bit of a void. I can fill it with something else.
Yeah. For sure.
Oh goodness, so. But yeah, the fun fact that the last million was actually the quickest, or the second quickest million I did in the journey so far. Ow. Only rivaled by the first million, which is like the fabled first million,
Mhm.
because it was
The
like four.
fabled first
Well, it was
million.
It was 40. It was like just over 40 days, and ever since then it's been double or triple. Or in the case of I
There you
think
go.
4 to 5 million, I think 4 to 5 million was probably the longest million at 166 days. I think that's the one that was 166 days. It's a long time for 1 million.
Yeah.
I got a taste for the million, like a million blocks in Minecraft. It may sound like a lot, but in the grand scheme of a journey, there's like 12 and a half of them.
Oh yeah. Easy work.
Easy work, light work.
Light work.
I got one more bit of sand, some sand, so I can keep going with the Heidi poles. Ah, and the music. I love when the music comes into, it just fades in. Every like, it took 2 hours of playing and now a track's played. I don't know if one played before while I was engrossed in conversation, but I feel like this is the 1st time I've consciously I've noticed a song playing in the episode, so. Oh, you can go hours without a song playing sometimes even. I guess this proves that fact. Potentially. Only for someone to be like, actually, at 30 minutes.
Only for someone, yeah, someone who's watched this far.
Vigilantly listening in.
Yeah.
Wonderful. What a time. 2 whole years.
2 whole years.
Well, 2 years ago, I would have been starting my diamond mine at spawn. Don't remember how much I played. I don't think I played very long. Yeah, the first few days. Like, I played like a few hours a session. Which is kind of standard, I guess. But you'd think if I was starting a journey or something, I'd be playing like non-stop, but I didn't. I think it was also because I was working back then. A different job, albeit, but I was still working. I think I actually worked that job more than I worked in this one. Like, I was working a lot more like 9 to 5s. I don't really work as 9 to 5s in my new job. Well, I say new, but I've been working this job for a year now. Well over a year, or a little bit over a year.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. But even with the job, like August of 2022 is probably the best month, or like for Journey, which is funny because that. Well, I mean, yeah. The first month of Journey was 700,000 blocks. That was in a month, and I'm like, oh, it's great that I walked 700,000 blocks in the last like 2 months. Like that's just how crazy the beginning of the journey was. And I thought it was due to the fact that I walked more per hour, but I think it was actually just because of how much I walked back then. I've kind of thought about that quite a bit since then because at spawn, or like everything just felt like it was so quick in the beginning. But I guess it makes sense because you're like crossing like thousands like nothing. And if you play for a long time, then
Yeah.
you're bound to reach great distances. And that's what I did. I just don't have record of it in the YouTubes. So I don't really know how much I walked. But I can kind of look at the amount of blocks I walked and kind of guesstimate how long the episode would have been. Like generally 50,000 blocks takes quite some time. Like that was the second day I think I walked, or like I can't believe I set the precedent so high. Like so quickly. It was like well over 50k on like one of the first days. Because I reached 100,000 on the second day. Like the first day I reached 40, almost 50k, and then the second, like, it was about 50k a day for the first 2 days. That's just how crazy it was. And when I switched directions, I remember when I like very early on. This is like pre-series, of course. I remember being like, oh, you know, the beginning of the journey was so much better efficiency-wise, even though it wasn't. It was pretty much the same. Like, and I even disproved that theory when I had to correct the 250,000 block desync or whatever I called it. That actually made its way into the series. That was around the time when I was actually correcting that. So that actually made it in, even though that was largely no commentary, me correcting that. So it was back in the day of no commentary not being a part of the series. Before episode 13. But yeah. No, it's funny though, thinking about the relativity of that, of me being like, oh yeah, like the first while I just walked, I walked like the same amount I do now, but I made it super far. It's just funny to think. Even looking back, it feels that way still. Like it was like, yeah, I walked like a little bit, but I was walking like 30k and it felt like nothing. But I didn't have to worry about streaming back then. I feel like if I was doing like the streaming thing, it would have been a bit more apparent. Because I feel like I'm more aware of it. Especially now that time's gone on. And I'm not in the first million anymore. I feel like the first million was kind of like the drop off. Like after, I mean, it was probably before that. It was probably even like the first 500k even. But there was a while where I was just, it just didn't feel like it was much of a hassle at all. I mean, it doesn't really feel like a hassle, but you know, it's not like a complete like cakewalk, you know?
Yeah.
I still feel the effects of boredom. Like, I feel like back then, like the novelty of it was a lot more strong, and my excitement was a lot more strong. But I never quit though. I guess that's a good thing. 2 years later, still beating the same old dead
2
horse.
years later.
Sheepy, come here. There. And it's a bit bizarre to think that sheep can't regrow their wool in old Minecraft.
Yeah.
So you just shear them and they're shaved forever. Can't eat grass.
Aww.
Until they despawn. That's kind of unfortunate.
You just steal their wool and they get nothing in return.
Better than killing them. But not by much.
Yeah, humiliating them is better than killing them.
Well, and you put it like that.
Imagine that poor sheep who's gonna be made fun of by the other sheep.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I think one of the first pink sheep I found in this world, this was like the beginning of the series, but I remember I made a bed out of its wool. Like that.
Why?
I didn't like I built like the bet like the Heidi pole like the post of it out of pink wool. That was in I think the episode tickled pink.
Wow.
That was probably one of the first. I don't remember if I'd seen any before that. I think I took a screenshot of one or two. I usually take screenshots of them when I find them, but I'll have to go back through the screenshots.
Yeah.
I guess I'm slowly working my way through them. There's hundreds of them, Cherry. I mean, it's over a year of game of like the game, so I gotta go through all that.
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing slowly. I hopefully wanted to do it before the 2-year anniversary, but I think it'll take too long. I'll be there for hours doing it, so it'll probably have to wait until later in the month.
Yeah, I bet. Let's go through all of those pictures.
Yeah. Luckily, because the whole thing was that when I recovered this stuff, they don't have like names, like their original names. They were renamed to like numbers. But luckily, they are ordered. Like just my luck that they actually are in actual order. It's actually a miracle for once. But I still do have to like kind of guesstimate when they were. So some of them might not be like taken on that day, but I still have to put it as that day because I don't know for sure. But the real like saint of the whole like recovering the screenshots thing was actually the F3 screenshots I used to do. I don't do them anymore, but it was actually a huge help with getting exact timestamps for a lot of the screenshots so far.
Yeah.
Because I took like double screenshots for each one, so I'd see like the time and everything for the initial one, and then I could just copy it. So I think that's a big help, which I didn't really foresee. I was just doing it in case I ever felt like going back to anything. But honestly, I'm not going to go back to like a little hill I saw. I see hundreds of thousands of them. I don't know. I just do it mainly for thumbnails now. Or if I find something really cool. Lovely stuff.
Lovely stuff.
I'm starting a new page of the notebook today.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, I wrapped up the last page, which started at 48.6%. When was that? That was that June? Was that May? That was May. Yeah, so the page I just finished started on May. Although I used to do it when I started the journey, I used to do it where I'd put like a dash when I missed a day. But I realized that became too arduous once I took days off friggin' every other week. So I just ended up getting rid of that, so now I can have a lot more progress in each page, like how I used to when I didn't take days off.
Well, there you go.
But yeah, it ended up working. So yeah, the only real thing that takes up space is the outposts, because I still keep track of how many days I spent in each outpost. So it's like, yeah, the outpost 5 was 5 days, but I didn't include the 7 extra days that I didn't play the world when I was on my trip, or not trip, or whatever I was doing. I was doing something around that time in June.
Yeah.
I took some time off. I probably explained it in the episodes because I always like to talk about what I'm doing outside of Journey. But, beats me. You stay away, Creeper. God, mobs are on both sides. They're really trying to plot things here.
Yeah, they're trying to ruin your streak of staying alive.
I've done pretty good. I don't want to jinx it.
Yeah. And knock on wood.
Yeah.
Knock, knock, knock.
Knock. Oh, I gotta grab some more wood. More logs. Okay, I got a plan. I'm just gonna very quickly evade the creeper and the zombie. There.
Oh.
Easy, just like ripping off a band-aid. Oh, Devin's popped into chat.
There you go.
Devin says hi again.
I mean, oh! Hi, Devin. Hi, Devin.
Oh no.
At least he
Hey,
spelled my name right. I feel like every time he spells it wrong.
well, you spelled it right. He
I
got
know,
me.
I'm saying he did this
Oh,
time.
oh, I see.
People love to spell it with a Y. And I'm like, but that's wrong.
Incorrect.
That's wrong.
Deduction.
Incorrect. It's not what it says on my birth certificate.
Cherry underscore bear. Could it be any clearer?
Cherry underscore bear. Couldn't be any clearer.
Oh man. What do you think that you grow on a cherry tree? Is that the running gag here?
I will never forgive Mojang for adding cherry trees.
They don't even grow cherries on them either.
I know, they're just pink.
I know. What a disappointment.
What a disappointment.
No, it's pretty good. I like the addition of pink planks anyway.
If they're gonna make me confused every single time
Might
someone
as well
brings
add
it
a
up,
cherry or two.
might as well add a cherry or two.
Yeah, better than Adventure. The beta mod I've been playing has cherry trees, but they actually do have cherries growing in them.
Really?
Yeah.
This
I
is
still
like
call it
throwing
pink.
me off.
I still call
Sometimes
it
if I'm like
pinkwood.
out in public, even when I'm not there, thank you.
Yeah, it's
'Cause
just
you
a
never
common
know, right?
courtesy. You never know when cherry's
I'm
just lurking.
You never know when I'm just lurking. Anyway, even if I'm out in public and I hear someone like say the word cherry, like I whip around. And that I think is a problem at this point.
Even beyond just people just saying like the same name as me,
just saying the word. I'm like, huh?
sometimes I just hear things that sound like my name, and then I'm just like, I'm just like deer in headlights, like looking around in case someone's like trying to get my attention. But no,
But yeah, I'll like freeze for a second. I'm like, wait, that's not even my name.
yeah, that's like
Like,
a completely different word.
I don't know. It's so funny. Completely different word. Why am I
Just
getting
in the
thrown off
moment.
here? Yeah.
Well, I've gallivanted about almost 20,000 blocks today. It seems like I do
That's
just
good.
under 10,000 blocks an hour. Well, not just under, a good ways under, because it seems like it's just beyond an hour I reach 10k, and then 20k is just beyond 2 hours. Because I'm about 1,000 blocks away from 20k. Seems to be my pace.
Interesting.
Yeah,
You must really hate the expression with the cherry on top. You are right, Devin. I do hate that a lot. Now, sometimes I'll say it, like, just like if I'm talking to somebody, I'll say it, and I'm like, that's my name. You know? Like,
Yeah.
what am I? Confusing.
I guess the closest saying to my
Confusing.
username is the beam me up, Scotty, but I don't hear that one very often. Or beaming,
No.
like the word beaming, but that kind of stuff.
Beaming.
It's not the same. It's my username. It's not my actual name.
Yeah. Well, I know that. No, I don't know. I feel like I feel like I chose like bad. You know, when I was making this username, it's like I could have picked anything that wouldn't have been confusing. And then I picked something confusing.
Who knew?
Who would have known?
Who would have known?
Who would have known?
Oh, I just realized I could probably just add the version in like OBS. Could just add it as like text for Journey.
Well, there you go.
Maybe I'll do that at some point. Cause the mod broke Ray's minimap So can't have that because people want the coordinates more than they want the version displayed, I'm sure. I feel like I get so many
Yeah.
people who ask you about the
I
coordinates. I can only imagine what it would be like for someone who doesn't show the
yeah.
coordinates, like Kurt or whatever, where he only does it on he only reveals the coordinates with charity events every once in a while.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
Yeah, he'd go like a while without doing it too.
Interesting.
I think I think this year he pressed F3, but like it could
Mm.
have been a while since he last done it. It's an interesting thing. Like I don't disagree with the fact that it's an interesting thing of like the mystery of adventure, but I just like knowing where I am relative to the Farlands. That's all.
Yeah.
It'd be I think it'd be a bit more like mysterious, where it's like I don't really know when I'm gonna get there. I guess it would be more like that, but you kind of just it's almost like the isolation thing where you just lose track of time. You lose track of the blocks. You could like guess how far you
Mm-hmm.
are. Kind of like when I couldn't see the day counter for a while, and the only thing I could base it off of was when I converted the world to 1.12. I think when it was small, but I can't do that anymore. Well, actually, I might be able to, but I don't. Not much of a point in it anymore now that I actually do have a day counter.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of strange seeing a beta world in 1.12 as also. Like all the biome stuff changes is a weird thing. Like some like oceans actually start to freeze over. Very
Oh.
strange. I noticed that with when the last time I converted Journey to the Farlands many moons ago, well before the series, or it might have been just into the
Mm.
series at one point. Yeah, because I did that episode 1830, 18 or 1,837 days or something, or maybe like a general number around there. I don't remember the number, but it was like 1,800 days. I think that was the last time I
Mm.
converted the world. But yeah, that was when I noticed like that the oceans were freezing over and some weird stuff like that.
That's weird.
A lot of stuff going on. And probably the weirdest like world upgrading bug I've ran into, which probably wouldn't have been the last had I continued, but for Minecraft Through Time, the series where I was going through the versions, when I went
Yeah.
through, I don't remember if it was in dev to alpha or just like one version to the next for alpha, but the trees in the alpha, in like the inf dev area became really weird. They had like all the different like leaf types. It was like a weird like mosaic of different leaf types. I think that's in one of the episodes still, but it's a very strange phenomena.
That's strange.
Never encountered it another time. I know there's a weird tree bug that used to exist in Pocket Edition, where like there'd be like an oak tree generation, but it'd have like spruce logs and leaves.
Mm-hmm.
That was a bug though. It wasn't like an intentional thing, but like I don't think I've encountered anything like that with trees, apart from those two things. At least in my own saves, anyway. I'm lucky to not have encountered too many crazy bugs or anything. I mean, it's kind of cool, but a lot of the bugs in old Minecraft tend to be like corruption or like weird stuff like that. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's not quite as welcome sometimes, but you do get the occasional neat one, like the spawn chunks repeating. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Probably the coolest discovery I've made apart from the Farlands, I guess. Only to be rivaled by something that may happen in the next 2 years. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows what the future holds? This world clearly, even at this stage, comes with many surprises.
Mm-hmm.
Many, many surprises. Oh, a nice little overhang here. Definitely not going to be mobs in here. Oh, no, definitely not a spider trying to chase after me. That would be crazy. That's why I love going into dark overhangs. Oh, I hear a skeleton
Yeah.
in that cave. I'm not going anywhere near there.
Oh, gross.
this is the time when skeletons are actually kind of annoying though,
Ghost.
because I mean, I guess you got a bow, but you don't. Like, of course, it's well before the time of shields,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't really got like armor is not quite the same. Of course, with like the lack of enchantments and stuff, so skeletons can pose a real threat if you're not prepared, especially with the lack of being able to sprint as well. That's why they've killed me so many times, because they've caught me off guard. Well, actually not. I'd say so many, but I
Yeah,
think they've
and
only killed me
you know,
once
you're known for having
or
yeah,
twice.
you're known for having a great reaction time too, so
You know, Cherry, you
you
don't have
know.
to point that out. But I feel like if you've seen any of my deaths, you'd know that. Which Cherry's probably seen
Yeah.
more than most.
More than most.
Gosh, yeah, the death toll in like comparing the first year to the second year with the death toll. Yeah, the last year was a lot more death. There's a lot
Mm-hmm.
more death and things going on. I feel like the first year had like maybe 3, maybe 4 deaths, and then the last year probably had like I don't even know, maybe a dozen. I have no idea. I haven't counted them. They're all on camera, so apart from one death, I think the only death that I don't have on camera, which I guess I do in Before Journey to the Farlands now. That's a lie. Which is the one where I fell down my mine shaft at spawn. Although that was in the series and Before Journey to the Farlands, I kind of was just like joking about, and then I just did it not by like on purpose, but it actually happened by accident. I think. At least I remembered it a year ago, so I believe that actually did happen. But it's too long ago, and I don't have actual evidence of it. So, not like I took a
Yeah.
screenshot the second
So maybe we'll
I
never
fell.
know.
Yeah, I was just like ready, screenshot ready. Yeah, that'd be funny. But no, yeah, it was literally
That would
like
be.
the first half a year of Journey. I only died like once, and then I died again at Outpost 1. I think. I think I died in Outpost 1. I
Mhm.
don't remember. I don't remember that one either. That one would actually be in an episode though. I feel like if it was anywhere, it was when I
Yeah.
was mining, and I think I fell into lava. That might have happened at spawn though. I can't remember if it was spawn or Outpost 1. I died. I fell into a lava pool. Or not a lava pool, but like I guess it would be a lava pool. But I died while mining.
Mhm.
And I remember one of my most
Ugh.
infamous lava deaths was when I was mining, and I think a zombie punched me into lava. Although I don't know if that was this world. That might have been a different one. I might just be mixing stuff up. But that was a funny death. Oh, that might have been the one with the Citadel one, where I lost all my diamonds. Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe. Because I remember I
I
died down
remember. I
mining
was
in the
there.
Citadel, and I lost all my diamonds. I was just pissed. I mean, a stack of diamonds gone. That's why I don't carry my diamonds on me when I go mining anymore.
Yeah.
Because I'm definitely not
I
a
remember
living
that.
god anymore. Maybe at one point in this journey I felt that way, but so maybe I died twice at spawn. It's debatable whether it was spawn or the outpost. There was one thumbnail where it was like me in like over top of lava, like it looked like I was gonna die, but I think I did save myself that time.
Mhm.
I remember like distinctly when I did like the episode, like the thumbnail, I was like, oh, this is gonna like get people going into it thinking I died. And
Oh
definitely
yeah,
not the one
classic
last,
clickbait.
yeah, the classic case of clickbait, yeah. Definitely not like the one
Classic case of
last year.
clickbait.
I think that was actually the auto-generated one, which is hilarious. Like one of the auto-generated ones I found, like from Twitch or YouTube.
Mhm.
And then I just straight up put a death screen as one of my episodes, and that was the one at that kind of started Outpost 2, the Fiery Doom, as it were, where I fell into a lava
A
fall
fiery doom.
in a snow biome. That was one of the
Lovely.
most deceptive things ever, because I was just walking along and there was just this tiny little cave that I
Mhm.
fell into, and I fell. And it just so happened that there was lava right in where I in the kind of the falling, like the trajectory.
Yeah.
and I couldn't recover my stuff. I think it probably burned anyway, but I was trying to recover it,
Hmm.
and yeah, I couldn't recover it. And I was like, ah, and that's why I did Outpost 2 as like a short outpost. And then I lost the stuff from Outpost 2 a while later anyway. I think I did a
I feel
mining
like that
outpost.
happens every time though.
Yeah, it's kind of bound to happen. It's only a matter of time, or until I run out of diamonds if I'm lucky.
Hmm.
I feel like that's like a real gift nowadays. Although
Actually run out.
I did lose my golden apple, so maybe the golden apple being lost is a part of the gain in luck.
Or maybe it's like a sacrifice.
'Cause I remember one time you pointed out that that golden apple was an omen of death.
It is.
But you also
Every
pointed
time you get one, you die.
it
Like
could
shortly after.
well
At least from what I feel like from what I've seen,
yeah,
every
that
time
was
you
one
get
of the
one.
items that was deleted in my inventory in the power outage was the golden apple.
Oh.
The disc
See,
survived.
maybe the power outage was doing you a favor.
Maybe it was getting rid of the one thing that what kind of my hubris, the thing that I was obsessed with, but actually would kill me.
Yeah. You're like Achilles heel,
Yeah.
basically. The one thing.
Well, let's hope I don't get another one. Even though I've got like 5 million more blocks to go. And I found, I think, 2 golden
I feel
apples
like
in
you
the first
should
year.
just like eat it immediately.
Well,
Like once you get one, you should just
I was thinking of
consume it.
like just going down to like half a heart of health and just eating a golden apple. Because it heals,
Yeah,
I think it heals
something like
your
that.
whole health. Like even plus the half heart. Like
That's
technically you
fine.
wouldn't be able to heal all your health, but I think it actually can. I think the 9 hearts, or maybe even more than. Maybe it is just the 9 hearts then. I don't know. I'll have to test it out
Mm,
next time I get a golden apple.
yes.
I like how I got like a little bit of like, oh dear, when I see like the stone on the surface because I know there's lava underneath it. I'm just like, oh, especially if it's like sand or
Like
gravel.
PTSD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of death and misfortune in this world for sure. That's a commonality, I think. God, the coordinates are majorly out of sync. I gotta get my cardinal directions back in gear. Oh, what have I done? Yeah, they're pretty far actually. I mean, before I went to the Nether before, I think they were about like over 10,000 blocks out of sync.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I think that's probably the most they've ever been out of sync, apart from when they were 250k, but that was just from spawn. I went 250,000 blocks out and then I just switched direction when I was like, oh yeah, the corner farlands are a thing. I want to go there. Because it's a whole new type of farland. Like it's different to the edge farlands. It is a special thing to see. And especially to see 2 farlands reach each other is also pretty cool. I feel like it would be
That
cool
is
to see.
cool.
You got like, instead of just having a wall of farlands, you got a corner. You got your little nook. I feel like that's a great place to put a base. The ultimate base location in Minecraft.
Yeah.
And usually people say that as like a subjective thing, like, oh, there's other spots, but I feel like that really is the best, at least for this version. I don't know
Hmm.
about modern Minecraft if there's a better spot. Modern Minecraft doesn't have the farlands, so I feel like if you're next to the world border, it wouldn't be as cool.
Yeah. Just be like an invisible wall in your house.
Yeah.
That's not as cool. not as cool.
And then I can even go out venturing into the Farlands a little bit, dip my toes in the unruliness.
Dip your toes in the unruliness.
That's a real term there, isn't it?
I've never heard anybody say that. Never ever.
Oh well, a lot of unheard of things happen in this series, apparently.
That's true.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Double.
Wonderful. Wonderful squared.
Probably some of the best luck I've had in this world is not when I find golden apples,
Mm-hmm.
but also when I found a triple spawner. I found 3 spawners like in relative proximity within 100 blocks. I thought that was really cool. On the surface, of all
Oh,
things.
lovely.
Because, you know, only, the spawners I find in this world are only on the surface. I don't think I've ever found like a cave one. I might have found a few, but most of them are either exposed to the surface, I think. Because I've gone caving a lot, but I don't think I've run into one down in the caves before. Which is funny considering how many outposts I've done. But you should build balconies or platforms on the side of the Farlands. That might be cool.
That'd be cool. Well,
I got my ideas.
You got your ideas. I was wondering about that. Like, you have a whole plan for like your base
A little bit.
when you get there. A little bit.
Got two running plans. I'm gonna choose one of them.
Interesting.
I've talked about the one plan before on the series, but I haven't talked about the other one. It was one that kind of came up in the background. Because in the beginning of the journey, I had like a very clear-cut idea of what I wanted to do, but now I'm kind of like, oh. After a while, I was like, I could do a lot more. And not have it be a super crazy build. Like, it doesn't have to be super crazy, but I could still do something pretty cool. I'll probably build something notable, but I don't know, see what happens. See where I am in life at that point. If I feel like committing to something larger.
That's true.
Maybe very well be way different. And not really feel as willing to do crazy things. The one plan is real. Oh my god. Taiwan, Greece is real.
What?
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 What? What is that? Oh, that's just... I was wondering what that noise was. It was just your mic.
Oh, is my mic being funky?
Yeah, it was making a bit of noise. Because it's been making a little bit of noise here and there, but I gotta love it.
Gotta love it.
People will start thinking this is an ARG. It's you hear enough creepy sounds.
Yeah. I'm also like messing with stuff on my desk, so you're probably hearing some of that.
Oh, maybe.
I'm like picking up books and stuff.
Cool.
Cool.
The cool thing I've noticed just sifting through some of my papers and stuff is I occasionally run into like sticky notes with old episode names on them. It's kind of funny seeing what episode it was because I get some like really old ones sometimes. Maybe I could just try and look through a few and see if I can find an old one. That one's pretty recent. There's some that never made it, like some episode names that never made it. Because I found a better one. Like I remember, I think episode 2 of Journey to the Farlands was supposed to be like I mentioned it in the actual episode. It was supposed to be called, I think, the various greens or something. But eventually, I just
Mm-hmm.
renamed it to the many quirks of beta because it just turned into me talking about all the stuff I discovered up to that point. Which since then, I've discovered only more quirks. That's a wonderful thing about this. It's an absolute beautiful thing. Oh, what's this? No, that's nothing. Just a bunch of notes. No actual episode names. Those are my outpost locations. And I've noticed the trend that most outposts are 2 million blocks apart from each other. And it's not a purposeful thing, in case anyone thinks it's purposeful. It's accidental. Like the
It's just
first,
like when you get bored.
yeah, it seems to be every 2 million blocks. It's like a weird like calendar for this world. Like from spawn to 2
It's weird.
million, like 2 million has 2 outposts because I did one in conjunction with the first. So that's kind of
Mm-hmm.
negligible. The third one was 4 million blocks, pretty much exactly 2 million blocks away from the first outpost. And then the fourth one was also around 4 million. It seems like I do them kind of in pairs of 2, but I didn't do that with Ophanim,
Mm-hmm.
which was at 6 million. So I'm assuming Winter Wonderland will probably be somewhere around 8 or 9 million. It may be a bit longer
Oh, there
since
you go.
I've kind of forsaken Outposts for the time being, but just because I feel like my Outposts always come in 2s, and I'm just like, no more. I really
No
wanted to
more.
do Ulfin, like I really wanted to do like the Winter Wonderland as the last outpost, but no, 50% had to be just some generic terrain.
Some lame
And I was like
terrain. I
well
remember it
in the
was like
mood for it
so
to be like
close
winter and
each
summer,
time.
like the Australian classic. Like
That was so tragic.
I know. It was one of the greatest disappointments of all time because we went through like
I'm
literally
sad. It
three
really was.
we went through literally 3 snow biomes before we ever saw
I
like
know. It was
the
so
50%.
close.
Like, yeah, there was I could literally see one from 50%. I swear. But yeah, the game had a different plan.
Disc, disc.
The Winter Wonderland
What
is
could
actually
have
gonna have to wait
been?
till winter.
Darn.
And I don't really have any
No
like
one wants to do a Winter
theoretical.
Wonderland in winter.
No, that's dumb. Do it in the middle of June.
That's lame. Yeah.
I feel like people might wonder if I had any like ideas for outposts. I mean, not like going from now, but I feel like from the past, like for like, any of the pre-existing outposts, I don't think I really did, apart from the Winter Wonderland one. Like from the start, I knew I wanted
Mm.
Outpost 1 to be kind of like a generic build. And it was kind of a generic house, like a log cabin. The style I worked out later on through like inspiration, like images and stuff. And then the second outpost was kind of another thing of me wanting to just build something really quick. But I don't think any of the outposts I had another idea for. I was kind of strapped for ideas, and then I just came up with an idea on the spot.
Hmm.
Like I think the Citadel. I wonder if it was. I swear I asked someone. Maybe it was even you what I should do, and you said a castle, or whoever I asked said a castle.
Um,
I,
maybe.
I wanted to initially do like a medieval
Could have been
themed
me.
outpost, like an actual town. I guess that's
Hmm.
like the drawing board for the Citadel. I initially wanted to do like a whole town, but I realized I did I I didn't have enough time. The Citadel, I think, actually was the outpost I spent the most time on. But
Yeah.
I think that even compared to like Ulfinum, which I thought Ulfinum was even longer, but no, it is actually like only like second to it, I think. I should actually look. I actually did record how much time I spent at each outpost, mining included. Wonder if I could find that real quick. That'd be kind of cool to see. Outpost. Yeah, outpost lengths. Yeah, the first outpost of spawn was about, I think, 3 hours of like before Journey to the Farlands. But I think it was a bit. I think I did a bit more initially. And I don't know about the diamond mining because I feel like it'd take me a lot more than 3 hours to get the diamonds. But I guess that was the only thing I did then. I didn't do any building. So I guess 3 hours is actually kind of plausible for how much time I had actually spent at spawn. It just felt like I spent more time there, but maybe not. I think it was because I actually knew what I was doing when I came back to it and before Journey to the Farlands, though. Like, I think initially there was a lot more like, what do I do kind of thing. Then the first outpost was, I think, about 11 hours of content.
Yeah.
Which seems like quite a bit. And then Uno was about 6 hours. I don't got an exact approximation. I think it was just over 6 hours, but I edited out the mining, so it's even shorter now. I think it's only like 2 hours, but I just edited out the mining. It's pointless anyway. I'd lose those diamonds like 5 episodes later. It'd take more than 5, but you get the idea. Oh, this is a cool spot. Hang on, I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. It's like a whole valley. I love this. Oh, I accidentally switched scene. Oh, what about Herebine's Tower? The one that you're there for the one commentary in that one.
I remember that.
That was a year ago. Well, I don't know exactly when it was, but around the same time. Pretty wild. That one was 13 hours, just over 13 hours, so a bit more than Outpost 1. Which I feel like I did, well, I guess I did about the same. Oh wow, it just continues. The cool terrain just keeps going here. Wow. This would be an epic base location. It's time to get a base going. Yeah, as I was just talking about, like,
speaking of outposts.
Surprise! I was gonna save it for the I was gonna save it for the 16th. And then, yeah, the Citadel was like just about 16 hours. Yeah, and then Ulfinum was at second place with 14.5 hours of content. It was one of the longer outposts for sure. And I did a lot at Ulfinum. Like, I built quite a bit. I'm definitely proud of that one. Cool. Probably my favorite. It was just probably the most abstract of them all. And the most unique. For like even being in such a standard area, I might need to restart my game actually. It's starting to lag up with the RAM. I don't feel like dedicating more RAM to it because I feel like I got enough RAM dedicated to the server, and then I'm gonna start biting off more than I can chew, and my computer's gonna just be like,
She's like,
no.
No.
No, thank
you. Don't think so.
Okay, I'll sleep here and then I'll restart my game. Okay.
You're like in the clouds.
Got my head in the clouds. I had an episode named after that. It's a common occurrence with having beds high up. I just need to switch my game. Oh, is the audio in double? Did I forget to? Oh, no, wait, maybe it's. No, wait, I think the audio's been in double. That's okay. It's not too bad. It's just a little bit of like a weird echo that happens with everything in game. Just forgot that my desktop audio was unmuted. Oh wait, I guess I just need to add a new audio source for Discord so they can hear you. Discord, yeah, because they could hear you the whole time, of course, but I just wanted to keep it separate so then if anything happens in the desktop of my computer, then it doesn't go through the stream, which nothing ever does, but on the off chance.
On the off chance.
Whoa. Oh, I headed en route for 30K. That's pretty good.
Yippee.
Yippee.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Okay. I think at the 3 hour mark, I'll take a quick break.
Okay.
I don't know how you're feeling. If you wanna, where you're at for the commentary.
I don't know. I don't want to be up too late just because I have work tomorrow.
I also have work tomorrow.
So that's fine. Oh. Twins.
Wow.
Who would have known?
Who would have known? On a weekday of all things.
On a weekday of all things.
I'm just getting a bit peckish, so I'll probably take a break. But that's a good point.
You say a bit peckish.
Yeah, but it's a good point. It'd be a good point if you did want to go to bed or whatever. If you wanted to wrap up the commentary, then we could do that, or we could keep
All
going
right.
after the break. It's up to you.
How long were you wanting to stream today?
How long is it late for you for work?
How long's late for me? I mean, I wake up at like 7:30 in the morning.
You should
so
probably not go that far then.
You know me. Probably not. I don't work till like 11 though, so
Yeah,
I
still.
think. But it's not like I'm gonna be asleep anyway. So
Oh, it's up to you. I do this like every day, so it really doesn't make a difference.
do you? I had no idea.
No, yeah, it's a little known fact about the journey. It's very shocking to most.
Very shocking.
Yeah, no, most people actually have to like check their pulse afterwards. It's just that shocking.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Oh. First yawn of the night also, I just had. It was kind of
Oh, there you go.
a drab one. It was just kind of like, oh. Something like a grunt, but it was there.
It was there.
Righty. That's quite the commentary.
You know what's funny? Quite the commentary.
What's
you know what's funny is yesterday when I like, cause you were streaming and I popped on and there was just like I was so confused at what was going on in the chat.
The conversation?
Like,
no one, of course, after the fact is gonna know about it because the Twitch conversations go along with the Twitch streams, but
Cause yeah, they
don't display the
go. But I
chat.
was like, what?
Yeah, it was a little bit wild. We got a little. Well, for context, someone came into my stream last night, and they were just like very clearly like something. They're very clearly tired or other things.
Or other things.
But yeah, tired is what we'll go with
Tired or other
because
things.
it was like I think 4 a.m.
Tired
where
is
they
what we'll
were,
go with.
and they were just like spouting nonsense,
Yeah.
and I was just pandering to it
Yeah.
in the chat during a no commentary episode, and then Cherri just came in and was just like, "What is going on?"
I joined and I was trying to like catch up and understand what was going on, but I was like, what?
Just absolute nonsense.
What is going on? Yeah, and then that just went on for like 45 minutes.
It really did until they went offline. Like that was a wild like 40 minutes. Time felt like it was just going like just so slowly in that conversation. Like I was just like so aware of it. It was just like
I was so
painfully.
tired, but like I couldn't like leave.
Couldn't look away, kind of thing. Like it was just.
I couldn't look away.
Just appalling. How delirious it was.
Yeah, we've all been there though.
Yeah. We've all been there.
I don't know if I've ever been like that delirious, but.
Yeah, that's I feel like that would be what would happen if me and you were on Journey until like 4 a.m.
Until like 4, yeah, 4 in the morning.
Be not a pretty sight.
A pretty sight. And then when they left, they were like, enjoy the next 24 hours. And I was like, cool.
Cool.
Like, is that supposed to be like in a threatening way, or are they coming back like the next stream? I was like, what does that mean?
I wonder if they're coming back tonight. No.
Don't even say that. Like.
No, we don't want that. Don't want the delirium.
Don't want that. It's confusing. Hopefully they're like sound asleep or something.
Getting the sleep they need. Yeah.
Yeah, clearly.
Bad chance. Oh, I'm in a possible winter wonderland right now, Cherri. Yeah, honestly, late night delirium should be scientifically studied. It is a proven thing. And I assume it only gets worse the longer you're awake.
The longer you're awake.
Exponentially.
I was awake for like 3 days straight one time. This was a long time ago. But like, I just couldn't sleep. And then this one, it was over COVID, so I was like online, and I just stayed up for 3 days, and I was losing it.
Yeah, I could only imagine how delirious I would be. Like, I'd be like almost psychotic at that point, I think.
I probably was getting there. I remember
just questioning the real and the unreal. Like
thinking there were like, yeah, I remember like thinking like there were like bugs in my room or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, sleep is important.
Get your sleep.
And yeah, don't stay.
That's why we're not doing this stream until 4 a.m.
Exactly, because I have work, you have work.
We're civilized people.
You know, we're civilized people.
Wow, just going out there, just going out there.
It's the lizard men.
Oh, Devin's getting into the Zuckerberg over there.
The Denver airport lizard men. You know him, you love him.
Oh, sideways bed
And
breaking the law, the bed law.
the bed law.
Yeah. Oh. Whoop-de-doo. What do I got?
Wait, I have a question.
You have
I
a
feel like this is a
question?
dumb question though.
Okay.
But there are no dumb questions.
Oh, there are no
Does
dumb
Canada
questions.
have like its there are no dumb questions. Does Canada have its own like Area 51 type thing? I'm assuming it does, right?
Ooh, I don't.
Maybe?
That's a good question. Actually, I should. That's
You don't
something
know?
worth
It
researching.
is
I don't know. No. Do you know of any such thing, Devin?
Well, let's see what Devin has to say.
You know about all about the
I feel like he'd
lizardmen
know.
conspiracy?
Yeah. Well, that's a American thing. I think. Is this how you feel when you ask me a question? You have to wait for the delay.
Yeah, I think it's possible, quite possible, that there just isn't one, just because of the fact that Canadian military budget is not as big as America's. Like Canada just
That's
doesn't have the
true.
money to spend on that kind of facility.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has no Area 51s.
I can't think of anything. Okay.
Its
Did you
ranges are.
Google it?
Yeah, I'm looking it up. I'm looking at forums and stuff. This is where the conspiracy is.
Canadian Area 50. Oh,
There's a
joy.
skate shop called Canada's online skate shop, Area 51.
It's fun. Mm.
Why did I just find an article that says "Attention aliens of Area 51, find your new home in Canada"? Are we talking about extraterrestrial
I
or?
agree. Oh, I'm talking
I thought that's what
extraterrestrial.
they were talking about, but
May I clarify? That's probably, hopefully, I didn't even consider an
it's
alternative, so let's hope that that's
Devin
what they're
sent me a
talking about too.
private DM. Oh, that's hilarious. What he sent me.
What?
When he's
I don't
when you
know.
responds to the question.
Devin, tell me.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head, and then he sends me something. I think it's
Devin,
something that's just he's like
please.
just doesn't want to say it for the stream. It's kind of funny though. I feel like it would ruffle some feathers though. I don't even know if any of my audience would actually
I
be
want to
a part
know.
of that demographic, but I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you. I'll pass
Yeah,
it along the
send it to me,
grapevine.
please. Don't leave me out of the loop. Come on. Oh, you know what? That's true.
It is true. It's like an
I
exhibit
agree.
that constantly wants to become its
Is
own
it?
thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's 3 hours.
3 hours. Evan, we need to start our podcast.
I think,
I'm reminding him.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. Top 100
You think
moments of
yeah.
all time. Not a top 10, not a top 15.
Top 100.
Oh, lovely. What are you talking about, sheep? What are you on about? Just like when the cows pass by and they're being loud and annoying, you'd say, I didn't ask you.
Mm. No one asked you.
Yet you chose anyway. Oh, look at that. The Herobrine cross. Covered in snow. Spooky.
Spooky.
I don't got much,
Watch out for any lava pools.
Oh yeah, I'm keeping my eyes peeled. That's the real horror of this this world. I was gonna say that I don't really have like a Halloween special planned for this year. I don't think I'm going to because of the series in October. I think that'll be like the thing, and then Journey will
Oh,
just
yeah.
kind of have like an episode named after Halloween or something like I did Christmas.
I can't wait for Halloween. I can't wait to have like fall. Oh dear. Someone wants to land. Wait. Yeah. Yeah.
Kentucky Fried Beamof4. That's something I've never heard before. Devin, are you sure you're not suffering from late night delirium? Early onset late night delirium.
Early onset late night delirium.
Oh, I feel like that would be a funny episode name as a sequel to last year's episode. Even though you weren't even a part of that one, like commentary wise, but I'll write that one down. I got two.
Yeah. Yeah, too.
But that's a long name. All these names are long. I need a short one. I need a short one so people can see featuring Cherri. You know? Because then if it's a long
Yeah.
name, they're just gonna be like, oh, I'm not reading
Since
all
I'm
that.
the star of the show here.
I'm not reading all that.
I'm not reading all that.
I'm not watching that because of how long it is. Well, you're missing out on a collaboration of a lifetime. Cherri's biggest
That'll
fan.
never happen again,
Cherri's
I'm
biggest
sure.
fan stars in Journey to the Farlands. Cherri.
Oh.
It just reminds me of The
I'm always
Incredibles. After all,
yeah, wait.
I am your biggest fan. Oh, buddy.
I am your biggest fan.
Cherri. Oh, this is cool. I like the snow scenes. They're always cool to see. KFB featuring Cherri. Wow. I could have actually taken some fall damage there, but I didn't. The game was being nice to me.
I feel like... Never mind. I don't want to go there. It's too late. Is there Kentucky Fried Chicken in Canada?
Yeah. Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
I have it actually quite often. Well, not quite often. Like for fast food, I mean, I have it fairly often. Probably
You really?
the most frequent out of all of them. Because honestly, a lot of fast food is not the greatest, and I guess neither is Kentucky Fried Chicken, but
No.
it's probably one of the better ones though. It's not like health wise, I mean like taste wise. Like I just enjoy it.
Yeah.
But
I eat fast food like sometimes during school because it's
yeah,
cheap.
yeah, that's true. It's a good option.
And if I was gonna be at school for a really long time, then yeah.
Yeah.
But now I like never eat it because none of the stuff I used to eat is here, and it's so sad.
Oh no.
Just kidding.
No, night falls, and I'm probably gonna take a quick break.
Is Dunkin' Donuts good? Yeah, hold on. Let me answer this extremely important question
Oh,
from Devin.
here, I'll just do this.
Is Dunkin' Donuts good? And then I'm probably gonna go, honestly, because I do need
Yeah,
sleep.
it's probably a good enough time to go. I'll do a nice
Yeah.
panorama while I'm going for my break.
Anyway,
Wait,
Dunkin' Donuts is
no, I'll just hang out.
what? Okay. As I say,
I'm
Dunkin'
wrapping things
Donuts
up.
is all right. Their donuts mid and expensive. Like I'd rather go to like a local like donut place, you know? And I've never had their coffee, but it looks sugary. So that's it. But America runs on Dunkin', or so they say. So, you know. Who knows? Maybe that's what the lizard men eat.
I think that's a good note to end on.
And on that note,
On that note,
yeah.
thank you.
On that note,
That's all, folks.
on that note, I'll see y'all again sometime
Yeah, sometime in the
in
future.
like 4 months.
Another 4 months, yeah.
Sometime in the future.
Maybe you'll come back for Winter Wonderland.
Maybe I'll come back for Winter Wonderland.
That might bring you
Who
back.
knows?
But yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you, Cherry, for
Anyway,
being a part of this episode of Journey to the Farlands, and everyone in the audience, Devin,
of
cough,
course.
cough,
Thanks for having
and
me.
everyone on YouTube, of course, after the fact.
And everyone on YouTube. And all my fans.
All Cherry's
Love you all
fans.
so much. All Cherry's fans.
A raving review. Yeah, that was a raving review of Duncan.
I
Yeah.
really see. Yeah, that's all I have to say about it.
Yeah. All right. Well.
Next
Okay, so
episode, I'll talk about what I feel about pumpkin spice. Okay,
I'm gonna write that down for next time.
that's all. Yeah, write
I'm
that
gonna put
down.
it like a few pages down the notebook. All right. Well, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yep.
Bye bye.
Bye.